the hedges and across the state. This is where the dogs play.
Man, is there going to be some property destroyed tonight.
I want us to go out and execute, do the things we got to do, play to our standard, and go play fast.
Dogs on top.
15-0. The Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national title.
A battle of college football blue bloods.
They got a tremendous team. Nothing but respect for Kevin Moore and what he's done with that team and that staff. I think he's done a great job of putting them in a position to grow and get better. And they've gotten better with each game.
Hand it to Etienne, straight ahead. Touchdown! Touchdown! Dogs are SEC champions. Dogs have won it.
Another chapter in a storied history awaits. Georgia, Alabama.
What you come to Georgia for, what you play for, big games. Greatest environment in college football is probably the SEC championship.
Live from Atlanta, this is Georgia football. On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to play-by-play coverage of Georgia football. Bulldogs football is brought to you by Zaxby's, Who's Got the Sauce? Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Pruitt Health, family makes us stronger. Hoffman Financial Group, helping build your financial dynasty. Modelo Especial, the official import beer of your Georgia Bulldogs. For 21 and up only. Please drink responsibly. By Barbasol, America's #1 shaving cream. Close Shave America, Close Shave Barbasol. Sponsored by Aetna Medicare. Medicare annual enrollment ends December 7th. And by Southeast Mortgage, the official home loan lender of the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, to the Piedmont Healthcare broadcast booth, alongside former Bulldog Josh Brock. Here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Well, the time for jabberjawing is over. It's time for playing time here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Georgia and Alabama, both teams coming out onto the field now. Georgia will be on the far sideline. From our vantage point, Alabama is on the near sideline. Captains are on the sidelines, ready to approach the middle of the field for the coin toss. Georgia's team captains today, Zachariah Branch and Ernest Green on offense, C.J. Allen and Kristen Miller on defense. Our referee today is Daniel Gautreaux. And the coin toss is brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, Banking on Purpose. We'll throw it down to Shock here in just a moment, and we'll see if we can tune in to the referee's microphone for the toss of the coin as the captains are on the SEC logo middle of the field.
All right, guys,
to exchange greetings.
Representing the Southeastern Conference in the 2025 SEC Championship game. I'm your referee, Daniel Gautreaux. This is your umpire, Walt Hill. Georgia, you are the designated visiting team. This side is heads, this side is tails. What is your call? The call is heads. It is tails. Which way would you like to kick?
Alabama has won the toss and elected to defer their option for the second half. They will kick from the south end zone. Good luck.
All right, so Alabama wins the toss. They defer. Georgia will receive the football and start on offense as we get this game underway. Let's go down to Shock on the field for any final pregame thoughts out of that Georgia locker room, DJ.
Yeah, there were a lot of good pregame thoughts in that locker room. First off, we know we got a phrase, a mantra every ball game. They said throw the phrase and mantras out of the game. You got to let it fly. Let it rip in this ball game. He said enough is enough. And coincidentally enough, somehow last ball game, Alabama had some notion of they found some mismatches. Kirby and the whole team said, oh, yeah, we about to find out here in a couple of minutes what the real mismatch is, and didn't like it. But a lot of conversation there about playing more physical in this team, and it's our time. We've been here before. Seize the moment and let it rip. We've talked about it all week. Let it rip, let it fly, and play for the brother next to you.
All right, Shock, thanks very much. It is time to tee it up here in the SEC Championship game in Atlanta. Opening kickoff powered by Georgia Power. Georgia Power, we're here for the win. Georgia Power is here for you. And Josh Brock and I here in the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. 2 weeks in a row. We might start setting up, camp in the back here. We have to continue to make this trek over to Atlanta on a weekly basis. But as long as you win, right? All right, Alabama will kick it off from left to right. Connor Talty will be handling the kicking duties for the Crimson Tide. Zachariah Branch, the deep receiver, along with Cash Jones. Both are hovering around the goal line to our right. 75,000 plus strong inside the stadium, and we are underway in the SEC championship game. A high kickoff spinning over the head of Zachariah Branch. He'll watch it land 5 yards deep in the end zone, and the Dogs will take the touchback. So here we go, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line to get this championship quest started. Malachi Tolliver, the starting center for the Dogs today. He's flanked by Dontrell Glover and Micah Morris. And again, the tackles are Ernest Green and Monroe Freeling, right and left.
Early matchup to watch is Malachi against the senior nose tackle Tim Keenan. Played a lot of snaps for this Bama defense over the years.
Dogs will start in the shotgun with Gunnar Stockton. Nate Frazier to the left. Will start with a pass to Branch. A screen to the left. Caught low at the 25. Branch off and running right up the near sideline. Over the 40 to the 42-yard line. Quick 17-yard explosion with a key block by London Humphreys on this left side. First play is a Scana Energy first down. Keon Sabb, the Michigan transfer, had to make the tackle on the speedy Zachariah Branch. But a good first down play, and again a pickup of 17 yards on the opener. 1st and 10 Georgia at the 42 now. Moving to our left. Cash Jones slides out of the backfield. Quarterback draw with Gunner. He kind of timidly approached the line of scrimmage, and then he spun around, took a hit, and falls down at the 45-yard line. A 3-yard gain for the Dogs. Bray Hubbard, the safety, and Yanze Pierre, defensive end, made the hit for Alabama.
A former quarterback power, Elias Williams, pulling around, was the lead blocker on that play for Georgia, but Bray Hubbard very physically in the hole, tackling Gunner to start this game. 2nd down, 7 Dogs. Stockton to throw again. Branch screen to the right with Bell blocking. Branch cuts behind him and angles out of bounds. There's a flag down right there at the point of the block. Dylan Bell may be flagged for a hold.
Holding offense, number 86. 10-yard penalty on the previous spot. Remains 2nd down.
Xavier Brown and Sabb again on the stop. The gain wasn't much, but it would have been wiped out anyway because of the penalty. So it's a holding penalty on the Dogs. And officials will bring the ball back. So it looks like the 35-yard line is where they'll put it down.
Red Morgan out there was the defender for Alabama that Dylan was tussling with. Red a little bit more physical at the point of attack, which is what caused that holding play.
2nd and 17 for the Dogs, now back on our 35. Just underway here in the SEC championship game. Snap back to Stockton. He hands it off to Nate Frazier, and Alabama just blows it up on the right side of the line. Jordan Renaud got upfield penetration and flipped Frazier upside down at the 32-yard line. That's a lost yardage play. -3 on the carry, and the Dogs with the penalty, and now tackle for a loss going the other direction. It's 3rd and 20.
Run blitz from Bama. Missed the block up front on James Smith also, too. Got in the backfield very fast.
We're on our 32-yard line. Number 32, Cash Jones in the backfield with Gunnar Stockton. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. We work between the hash marks. Gunnar pulls it down and runs to the 35. Hit from behind and knocked forward 2 yards. My goodness. He got hit as he crossed the 35, and they knocked him up to the 38-yard line. That was Pierre with that lick. And they spot the ball down at the 38. So the gain was 6. But Georgia's still way behind the sticks, and they'll have to punt it away on their first possession. And here comes Brett Thorson.
Had long developing routes on that 3rd and long. Needed protection up front. Tim Keenan was able to split the center and the guard there for Georgia, collapsing that pocket. Gunner was wisely pulling that ball down and taking whatever the defense gave him.
Here's Thorson's punt. Cole Adams, the deep man back. Fair catch called for Alabama, and that'll be made around the 17 or 18-yard line by the Crimson Tide redshirt sophomore. It was a 45-yard punt. Alabama will have its first possession. And we are scoreless 3 minutes into the SEC. Advantage of exceptional lease and finance offers on the versatile BMW X3 sports activity vehicle. For more details, see your local BMW Center or visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. 1st and 10 for Alabama after the Georgia punt. And they are on their own 19-yard line. Georgia failed to score on its first possession. Rayshawn Dinkins is on the field as a starter in defense, and one of our defensive backs, Robinson and Dalen Everett, are the corners. Here's a handoff by Alabama, running straight ahead with Daniel Hill, a sophomore from Meridian, Mississippi. Straight up the gut. And to the 24-yard line, it looks like. Xavier McLeod, Ja'Cory Thomas, and C.J. Allen on the tackle for the Bulldogs. So Georgia's defensive front, Xavier McLeod, Kristen Miller, Q Johnson on one side, and Gabe Harris now with his hand in the turf. The linebackers are Wilson and Allen and Chris Cole. They're moving that defense around. And the safeties are K.J. Bolden and Ja'Cory Thomas. As we said, Dinkins is on there in place of Jonel Aguero, who is not starting today. Alabama will run it again, and not much success there over the 25-yard line to the, let's see where they spotted down, the 26 and a half. Dalen Everett over there to make the tackle on the second run by Daniel Hill. And it's 3rd and a couple.
Hill, the backup running back, the majority of the season for the Tide with Jam Miller out. Expect him to see the ball. Comes into this game with 57 carries, 224 yards, and 5 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, no Miller and no Riley out of the backfield for Alabama today. 3rd and 2 from the 27 for the Crimson Tide. Receiver in motion to the right. Simpson will hand it off to the motion receiver. Oh, wow, hit hard at the 25-yard line. Ellis Robinson with a nasty shot on Lazier Brooks, the freshman from Millville, New Jersey. He felt every bit of number one's impact right there at the 26-yard line. He lost a yard on the play, and the defense will force a 4th down punt. Raylan Wilson pinned him in on the left side, not to let him get out wide, and then Robinson brought the whooping stick on that one. Here's Alabama's punt. Zachariah Branch, the deep man back, high hanging kick. Fair catch by Zachariah at the 30, and he'll make it successfully there. 44-yard punt by the Crimson Tide's Blake Dowd, and no return. And we've got another timeout. So we exchange the punt and take a break. The feet just went sliding out, and those rubber pellets just flew up everywhere. And McCray falls down at the 26-yard line. That's a loss of 4, and that's unfortunate. 2nd down and 14 now. 4-yard loss for the Dogs. We're on the far hash, moving left here at Mercedes-Benz. Gunner in the shotgun. Frazier back in there. Gunner looking downfield. Now he'll throw it out to the right. Frazier hit as he was trying to make the catch, and the ball pops loose, incomplete. And Nate, feeling the effects of that tackle, he's going to stay on the field for a second. Shaking up on the play, Domani Jackson, the corner, with that lick to break up that pass play.
And Domani really baited Gunner into that check down throw. Of course, Talon Taylor, back from injury, checked into the game. He was on the near side for Georgia, had a lot of guys downfield in routes for Georgia, but on the check down, Domani, as you said, Scott, just absolutely lit up Nate on the far sideline.
Frazier still being tended to. And now both teams are waving their offense and their defense over to near the sideline to get a free injury timeout. Georgia football is brought to you by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Why pay more for gels when Barbasol delivers an instant thick lather for a close, comfortable shave? Choose Barbasol, a quality shave and trusted value. You mentioned Talon Taylor, and it's merely coincidental, I guess, but The last game he played was the Alabama game in the regular season. He's been on the sidelines and been available if needed in the last couple of games, but actually back on the field and taking a snap here for the first time since that Alabama game in the regular season.
Yeah, got hurt the following week during practice. And as you said, first live action back. Nate walked off under his own power and did not go to the injury tent over there, so I'll take that as a positive sign for the Dogs.
Yeah, they propped up the tent and then they put it right back down on the ground, so he didn't need to go in it. That's good news. The bad news is it's 3rd and 14 for Georgia on our 26. Gunner to throw out of the shotgun. We'll dump it over the middle, caught by Cash at the 30. Cash to the 35, splits 2 defenders. They knock him down, however, around the 39-yard line. A pickup of 13 yards, going to be close to the down marker. Nakai Hill-Green and Noah Carter, 2 linebackers on the stop. Georgia short of the first down by less than a yard, so 4th and about a half a yard at our 39-yard line. We've got our punt unit out there now. Quickly, we put Brett Thorson out there. Snap back to Thorson on 4th and short. Nice, long, beautiful spiral. Wow. And that's going to hit at the 6 of Alabama. Take a right turn and bounce out of bounds. That is a vintage Brett Thorson punt right there, folks. The All-American gets it done and puts Alabama in a hole. 53-yard punt that landed at the 6 and kicked out of bounds to the right on the far sideline. And the ball is being spotted down at, looks like the 8-yard line.
Such a clean spiral off of his foot. Scott, looked like someone threw the football down the field. Brett, just an unbelievable punt there to pin the Tide back.
3rd punt of the game by both teams, 2 for Georgia, 1 for Alabama. Now the Tide have the ball. 1st and 10 on their own 8. Scoreless first quarter. Simpson to throw out of the end zone. Pass completed, left side of the field between the numbers at the 15. Isaiah Horton, the transfer from Miami. And then hit by Dalen Everett and Ja'Cory Thomas up to the 21-yard line. And that's a pickup of 13 yards and a first down for Alabama. They fake a sweep on a toss to the left and hand it off for an inside trap. And not much space between the tackles there for Daniel Hill, the running back. He may have gotten 2. Kristen Miller and Xavier McLeod filling the gaps there and making sure Mr. Hill didn't do any further damage. You got 2 yards to the 22-yard line, 2nd down and 8.
Boy, Xavier did a phenomenal job splitting the double team of Alabama's offensive line to be there on that tackle.
Simpson works out of the shotgun. Will run pass option, and he wished he had given it off because Simpson just got plowed under by Gabe Harris, a 6'4 defensive lineman from Thomasville, Georgia. He was riding the running back to the near side. He pulled the ball out of his belly and kept it. And then Simpson ended up on his back at the 21-yard line with a helmet right in his chest from Gabe Harris.
Ran through the block of Parker Brailsford. And that's what we talk about, hitting Ty Simpson. They don't use him to run the football a lot, but when he does, we have to make him pay for it.
Lost a yard back to the 21, 3rd and 9 for the Tide. Simpson in a single setback in the backfield. Simpson will throw, a little dump pass over the middle of the line of scrimmage. Jeremy Bernard the target, but he missed him as it bounces incomplete off the turf.
Good pressure. Quintavious Johnson driving the the right tackle back into the lap of Ty Simpson. Moving the pocket. Good job from Georgia, and had an ET stunt up front. KJ Bolden, great job picking up the receiver coming across the middle of the field.
Yeah, Bolden was in front, and Ja'Cory Thomas was right behind him. Georgia had that play defended very well. Alabama will punt on 4th and 9. Zachariah Branch between the hash marks on the Georgia 33-yard line. We blocked the punt. It bounces in the air at the 16-yard line. There's a scramble for the loose ball. The Dogs blocked it. Cole Spear blocked the punt. Justin Williams has recovered the ball. And where are they going to spot it down? Somewhere in the vicinity of the 20-yard line of Alabama. The Dogs come up with a huge special teams play here in the first quarter. They block the punt. It's going to be spotted at the 21-yard line.
Cole Spear came flying through like a spear, Scott, to get his hand on that one. Great special teams play for the Dogs, flipping this game early on. Now we have to go make them pay. Let's go put this ball in the end zone.
That's the first punt blocked against Blake Dowd, the Alabama kicker this season. Gunner goes under center. Frazier's back in the game. Nate takes it to the right side, turns the corner at right tackle. Down the field, inside the 15, to the 10, down to the 7-yard line. Nate Frazier with a big gaping hole on the right side. Picks up the Scana Energy first down and motors the Bulldogs right into the Massey Ferguson red zone. Dogs are threatening on the Alabama 7. It's goal to go there with 6:05 to go in the first quarter.
Tight ends making their presence felt. All three of them lined up next to one another to drive the Alabama defensive front back there, Scott.
Gunner under center again. Frazier, the handoff. And they'll hit him in the backfield as he tried to run between the tackles again. And there were 3 crimson jerseys back there led by Zabian Brown, the cornerback. Had knocked him down around the 9-yard line, far left end of the field. So that's a loss of 2. And it'll be second and goal.
Zabian Brown stepping up from his corner position, confusing our blockers up front. Miscommunication, no one knew who to get.
Cash Jones in the backfield. Dylan Bell in motion back and forth. We hand it off to Dylan. He cuts inside at left tackle, inside the 5, and down to the 1 or the 2-yard line when they unpile everyone. Dylan Bell went in motion across the formation right, stopped and came back left, and that's when Gunner handed him the football. And he planted and cut down the field around the 5-yard line. He cut inside. Nice block there on the inside to open up a little bit of a gap for Dylan Bell down to the 1. It was Lawson Lucky that blocked on this left end. And the Dogs are goal to go on the 1 now. I formation. Play fake. Gunner rolls to the right. Throws. Caught. Roderick Robinson. Touchdown, Georgia. Robinson was the fullback in the I formation. He went to the right. We play faked, and Gunner rolled with him on a bootleg, and he was wide open on the right side of the field for the touchdown.
Oh, we just got the Alabama defender lost in the sauce, number 18 over there for Alabama. I don't have him on my chart here, but we got him sucked up into the line of scrimmage, and we were able to get in the end zone. Roderick Robinson, where you been, buddy? There he is.
Georgia with first blood here in the SEC Championship. Point after try by Peyton Woodring is up and good by the Georgia junior kicker. That's his 166th consecutive extra point, and the Dogs have a 7-0 lead. That Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. Timeout here in Atlanta. Georgia 7, Alabama nothing. Our first half. Cole Spear, Justin Williams recovered at the Alabama 21. The Dogs went 4 plays, 21 yards, and got in the end zone on a 1-yard Gunner Stockton touchdown pass to Roderick Robinson. That's his first touchdown since 2023 and his first ever receiving touchdown. Georgia 7, Alabama nothing first quarter. That's the Shoemate Drive summary. From Harry's Doghouse to your house, Shoemate is Georgia's solution for all things heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. 4:36 remaining first quarter as Georgia strikes first. Peyton Woodring getting set to kick off from right to left. And the deep man back is Lazier Brooks, the freshman, 5'9", a receiver. He's on the goal line for Alabama. And Woodring's kick high and end over end, spinning and into the end zone, and Brooks will walk away from it and let it bounce about 5 yards deep, and they'll take the touchback. Alabama football on their 25. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore setoyota.com today and take advantage of the deals on our full line of vehicles. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places.
We talked about giving the opposing team wrinkles, particularly a team that you're as familiar with as Alabama. Roderick Robinson, as you said, Scott, not having a touchdown since 2023. I'd say that's a pretty good wrinkle pulled out so far.
Not too shabby. Ty Simpson in the shotgun. Man in motion, they pull one of their linemen from the left side and hand it off up the gut. They're determined to run that football. A.K. Deere, a freshman from Quitman, Mississippi, had the duty that time. And the success was a 2-yard gain. That was it. As he runs right into Raylan Wilson, the linebacker from Tallahassee, Florida.
Joseph Jonah Ajonye causing a rodent pile-up over there, too. Looked like a 5-car pile-up with all those massive humans laying on the ground.
Hill in the game now in the backfield for Alabama. Simpson wants the football. They snap it back to him. He'll throw it to Hill out of the backfield, and he'll be stopped at the 30 after making the catch. Chris Cole, the linebacker, came up and wrapped up his legs and held on and twisted him down, although they spotted at the 31. Cole at 6'3" from Salem, Virginia with the stop. And it's going to be third down. A little bit of work to do for Alabama. 3rd and 4 on their 31-yard line, a gain of 4.
Come your changes in from the sideline. Josh Horton coming in, going to be the nose. This is your speed package, NASCAR package, Formula One, whatever you want to call it. Tons of speed and athleticism on the field for Georgia defensively here on this 3rd and medium.
Elo Mendoza at end on the near side here for the Dogs. Wilson and Allen still the linebackers. Here comes pressure from the edges. Simpson will stay in the pocket and throw. Caught by Ryan Williams. Oops, there he goes. He made 2 men miss. He runs to the far sideline, then he stops and just pops out of bounds. How he spun out of that tackle. First of all, how he caught the ball, because they didn't throw to him at all in the Auburn game, and he's had a problem with some drops. He had 5 catches against the Dogs in the regular season game. That's his first here in this one this afternoon, and it was a big one for the Crimson Tide up to the 49-yard line.
DeMello Jones was in man coverage that time on Ryan Williams, was able to not stay in step with him.
He got 20 yards and a first down, so they're in Georgia territory now. Georgia with a 7-0 lead. Simpson, play fake, drops back, and will throw near sideline, and broken up Ellis Robinson. Beautiful play against Isaiah Horton, a dangerous receiver, and Ellis Island not open for business on that particular play. Josh Brock.
Or great recovery. Isaiah ran a great route to the near sideline. Ellis just flew out of his break to go get a hand on that to break it up.
2nd and 10 from the Georgia 49 for the Tide, moving left to right. Linebacker Raylan Wilson creeping up towards the line of scrimmage on the right. Now here he comes. We bring 5. Simpson has protection. He'll throw it. Short pass. Caught over the middle on the hash mark by Jeremy Bernard. Or a short game. Tackled immediately there by Ja'Cory Thomas, the safety, who wrapped him up right after he caught the football. 4-yard gain to the Georgia 45. And it'll be 3rd down for the Tide.
Scott, already great adjustments from that first game in September. Alabama killed Georgia defensively with crossing routes. We are tackling very effectively in man coverage, running those crossing routes.
Alabama 1 for 3 here in the quarter on 3rd down. They've got a 3rd down and 6 coming up. Snap it back to Simpson. He surveys, pass is intercepted. Dalen Everett, he's got running room to the near side. He stiff arms a man, running out of bounds. There's a flag at the 40. It might be a face mask. Dalen Everett intercepted the football over the middle. Isaiah Horton, was he the guy that chased him down?
Dalen Everett, great concentration. That ball was tipped. I think a Georgia defender was able to get their hand on it. I think it may have been K.J. Bolden. Yes, K.J. Bolden was able to get his hand on it. And that
during the return, personal foul, face mask, return team. The 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the spot of the foul. 1st down, Georgia.
They were trying to throw it to Horton over the middle there, and that's when Everett got the pass, intercepted, tipped it off. It was a tipped ball by K.J. Bolden, and Everett picked it off. And Bernard was the guy that chased him down and got a face mask full of Dalen Everett stiff arm there trying to push him away. But Everett apparently committed the face mask penalty. Wow, look how far they're bringing that back. My goodness.
Is that a 30-yard penalty?
I'm not sure. It looks like it. They're going to bring the ball back all the way to Georgia 43-yard line. I guess the face mask penalty was about the 40 of Alabama, so the math would work out that way. Nonetheless, Georgia has the football. Handoff Josh McCray trying to bull his way for some positive yards. He got bumped back the first time, and then he redirected and pushes his way up to the 45. London Simmons, the nose tackle, makes the stop after a short 2-yard gain for the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 8. So the Dogs with a blocked punt here in the first quarter, and now an interception. Trying to put it all together here against the Crimson Tide in the SEC championship game. Less than a minute to go, first period. Georgia with a 7-0 lead. Play fake and a bootleg gunner. Throws it to the tight end, Delp. Caught at the 45. Delp angling towards friendly territory, the Georgia sideline. He's hit at the 50. Justin Jefferson, the linebacker. Justin Hill, the edge rusher, make the tackle at the 50. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Dogs go fast with a little tempo. Here's Gunner going to run for the first down. He pulls it down up the hash, over the 50, and into Alabama territory, where I think before he stumbles to the turf at the 47, I think he did get the first down. That's a scan of energy. First down for the Dogs, so they'll move the chains.
Smart play by Gunner. Had good coverage downfield from Bama defensively. Just pulled the ball down and got the first down, as you said, Scott.
Dogs are moving, and that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. And the cheers are up from the far side of the stadium. Dogs with a 7-0 lead, trying to turn a pickoff into points. And we'll see if they can do that when we come back for the start of the second quarter. Our first half today presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck? There's only one call, that's all. CallKen.com is the website. Georgia's Ty Simpson pass with Dalen Everett's first interception of the season, the 5th of his career, and that's where the Dogs are working right now. 1st and 10 on the Alabama 47 as we start quarter number 2. Out of the pistol, handed off to Frazier, who pops out to the right side. Short yardage gain to the 45. Deontay Lawson, the linebacker, on the stop for the guys in crimson. And the gain was only 2. A 1-yard gain there. So 2nd and 9.
Yards have been tough to come by in the run game early on for Georgia. Just a couple of plays that have popped for him early on.
And move the ball back to the 46-yard line. Malachi Tolliver with that right hand on the ball, snaps it back. We hand it to Frazier again. Runs through a crowd straight ahead. Fights for yards to the 41. Now we push the pile and just drive it. Freeland got in there. Elias Williams got in there and just drove the pile from behind up to the 35-yard line for a Scana Energy first down.
Gotta love that from your big boys up front. The pile gets held up, and then everybody's coming in to push. Ernest Green gets in the back and pushes. Monroe Freeland gets up and gets in the back and pushes. Malachi Tolliver pulling guys downfield.
Yeah, you got to watch that now. That's still not legal.
Sorry, he didn't do that.
1st and 10 for the Dogs on the 35. 11-yard run with the offensive surge. And we'll run it this time off to the left side, and that was Chauncey Bowens getting the carry. Chauncey, a 5'11" redshirt freshman running back from Port St. Lucie, Florida. Good to see him back on the field. Damani Jackson and Justin Jefferson, the linebacker, on the stop at the 33-yard line. A 2-yard pickup for the Dogs. Bowen stays in the backfield with Gunner. Dogs moving to our right, leading 7-0. Almost 2 minutes into the quarter. And we'll hand it to Bowens again. He runs straight ahead, and they bounce him back before he gets to the line of scrimmage at the 33. We'll see where his forward progress was. Tim Keenan, the senior lineman, with the stop.
Well, you never usually see a defensive tackle give ground. Tim Keenan backed up 3 yards and then came around and made the tackle in the hole like he was a linebacker there, Scott.
That doesn't sound like it's quite fair.
That's athleticism. Yes. 6'2", 320.
You're not kidding. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 8. Gunner going to follow Cash Jones into the hole as a blocker, and Gunner puts his hand on the blocker's back and then just keeps running down to the 25.5-yard line, going to be short of the first down by about a half a yard. Gunner on the carry. Jones with the lead block. Jefferson with the tackle, the Alabama linebacker. And it looks like the Dogs will keep the offense out there. I see McCray and Frazier now in the huddle. We might go out of the I formation. Let's see what they line up in. Oh, split backfield. 4th and less than a yard. Alabama running substitutions on late. Now we shift. We go under center with Gunner. Offset I, McCray, and it'll be Gunner just keeping it, and they push him over the first down marker and to the Alabama 23-yard line. Got a 2-yard push from behind, and he picks up the first down easily.
Well, we've seen Georgia do that a few times. We motion Monroe Freeling over, create a heavy-set offensive line to the right side of the Georgia offensive front. But what we haven't seen this year is QB sneak right behind big Micah Morris, who got great push to get us across and get that first down.
And looking at the replay, Gunner did most of that running on his own. He didn't really get a push from anywhere. He just had good blocking on that side. 1st and 10 Dogs on the 23-yard line. Gunner rolls right and throws on the run again. Frazier incomplete at the 22, and he got blown up as he was trying to make the catch. Yanze Pierre with a blow. Frazier's taken 2 hard hits today, both the same kind, when he's trying to catch the football.
Scott, that looked an awful lot like targeting. That was the helmet to helmet on a defensive receiver. I don't know how that wasn't targeting.
They will continue play. No buzz down from the booth. 2nd and 10 for the Dogs on the Alabama 23 with a 7-0 lead. Gunner's going to throw. He's got Dylan Bell open at the 12. He makes the catch down to the 5, down to the 4-yard line. Bray Hubbard and Sabb, the safeties, make the tackle and save a touchdown. Dylan Bell takes it to the 4.
Dylan doing a great job just finding the hole in the zone of Alabama's defense. Good job by Gunner recognizing that, almost bending the ball around Deontay Lawson's outstretched hand to make that reception. And then, of course, as you said, Scott, Dylan just physical, running over Bray Hubbard.
19-yard gain on Dylan Bell's 24th catch of the season. 10:30 to go, 2nd quarter. Dogs on the doorstep. 1st and goal at the Alabama 4. Handoff, Frazier. He angles to the left, and there's absolutely nothing there. In fact, he lost a yard. Alabama surges on the right side of their defensive line of scrimmage and pushes Frazier back, makes the tackle at the 5 with Nakai Hill-Green and Isaiah Faga.
I'll let you pronounce that one. I wasn't even going to give it a shot.
Redshirt freshman from Phoenix City, Alabama. 2nd and goal from the 5. Out of the shotgun, 2 receivers right. We send the tight end in motion left, and flags fly before the play gets started. We end up in the end zone with Josh McCray, and Alabama wants to start a little ruckus there after the play's been blown dead. 2 flags are on the field.
False start. Offense, number 71. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
They got Ernest Green, our right tackle, for a false start. That'll back us up to the 10-yard line.
Just barely. Just barely moved before that ball snapped.
Second and goal from the Alabama 10 for the Dogs. Bowens is back in the game in the backfield with Gunner. Snap back out of the shotgun. Gunner's going to run. 10, 7, 6, and down there. Didn't quite get back to the 5. He got 4 yards, 4 and a smidge on that carry. And it'll be 3rd and goal just outside the Alabama 5.
This guy early on, Gunner, just lowering his head trying to get extra yards. I'd really like for him to be able to see those people he's trying to run over, and that does not look good to the eye.
He's using his hand, too, to kind of guide his blockers when he runs through there like that. He put his hand on the blocker's back again that time. Branch comes in motion near side on 3rd and goal. Gunner with time over the middle, throws in the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Dylan Bell, right in the middle of the end zone.
You had protection up front, Scott. You had receivers running good routes. A nice in-breaking route from Dylan Bell. Again, finding the hole in the zone. But give credit to those boys up front. They gave Gunner those 4 seconds that he needed to be able to deliver that strike to the end zone.
5-yard touchdown pass for the Dogs to take it to a 13-0 contest at this point. Here comes Peyton Woodring for the point after. Gunner will hold. Bo Gardner will snap it back. Snap is back. The hold is down. The kick is good. Another Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. So the Dogs turn the Dalen Everett interception into points. They get 7 out of it, and it's 14-0 Georgia. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Smooth, rich coffee that builds community 1 cup at a time. Community Coffee, community in every cup since 1919. Discover more at communitycoffee.com.
Along with Josh Brock, Scott Howard with you in the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth here in Atlanta. The Dogs will kick it away after taking a 14-0 lead here in the second quarter. Peyton Woodring with the ball teed up on the 35. We'll kick it to our right. And he'll nail this one. A quick line drive that skids 9 yards deep in the end zone and over the back line. Touchback, and the Tide will have the football at their 25. Let's go down to the Attorney Ken Nugent sidelines, far side of the field. That's where DJ Shockley is roaming amongst the Georgia players.
Obviously, going down here on the defensive side of the ball, one of their keys in the game was obviously man up. They wanted to play a lot of man coverage, so you got to man up on the outside. But the other one was the ball, the ball, the ball. It's something they emphasized all week, and we saw last series they were able to get the ball off Alabama. Got to keep that going.
All right, Shock, Alabama 1st and 10 at their 25. Moving to our left, Simpson, quick throw to the right. Ryan Williams makes the catch around the 23, gets to the corner quickly and to the sideline. He outruns a couple of our defenders and all the way up close to midfield. Wow, that was a simple play turned into an explosive one at the 46-yard lines where he finally steps out of bounds, chased out by Ja'Cory Thomas.
And DeMello Jones would love to have that play back. You got to run it his outside shoulder to turn him back upfield.
21-yard gain. And now play halted for the moment.
Kirby's pointing at a spot on the sidelines. I'm thinking he's trying to say to the appeal to the referees that Ryan Williams stepped out of bounds as he turned upfield.
The previous play is under video review where the runner stepped out of bounds.
That's referee Daniel Gautreau. So they'll come to the near side and peek at the video and confer with the replay officials up in the booth. Play is under review, brought to you by Pruitt Health, where family makes us stronger. Proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
He stepped out of bounds just past the first down, about a yard or two past the first down marker. He stepped out of bounds with his left foot.
Well, that will make a significant difference then. Instead of a 21-yard gain.
Well, and that shows you just the speed of Ryan Williams there. DeMello Jones had him head up. And again, I'm guarantee you they're talking about that on the sideline is, hey, run at that outside shoulder because your cavalry's coming from the inside part of the field. We got to be able to keep them hemmed in. We cannot let them get the edge. Both Jeremy Bernard and Ryan Williams with game-breaking speed, as you just saw.
That was Williams' second catch of the half. Bernard has one. Horton has one. They've got a good
After video review, the runner stepped out of bounds at the 38-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, Alabama at that spot.
So 13-yard gain. 8-yard difference there on the spotting of the football. As referee Gautreau tells us, it'll be at the 38 of Alabama. First down and 10 for the Tide on their 38. They trail 14-0 with 8:10 to go here in the second quarter. Clock is moving. Ty Simpson, the quarterback, in the backfield with Daniel Hill. They bring Bernard in motion. He'll line up on the near side. Long snap count for Alabama. They finally snap it back. Simpson bounces up and down in the pocket. Now pressure, and he'll throw it away into the Georgia bench to the right. One of the guys that had pressure on him was our linebacker, C.J. Allen. Also, Nnamdi Agboko got in there to force Cole. Chris Cole was C.J. Allen that forced Simpson to throw it out of bounds and just get rid of it. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. From their 38, Horton, slow motion to the right. Simpson claps his hands. Shotgun snap. Looks to his right. Pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Q Johnson. Quintavious Johnson just swatted that ball right to the turf. Trying to go to the right side. The sophomore from Atlanta, 6'4", 255-pounder, just knocked it to the ground. Incomplete. And it's 3rd and 10, Crimson Tide.
If you can't get there, get your hands up. Great job, Q Johnson.
Alabama will go with an empty set. Now they shift guys all over the place from the right and the left. Georgia's defense showing blitz. Here they come. They bring 5. Simpson right up the middle. Will throw it and incomplete. He had a guy in his face, and that was Zayden Walker, the freshman linebacker from Ellaville, Georgia. That was giving Ty Simpson all kinds of issues between the guards. He just came blitzing right up the gut. And Simpson trying to go to Brooks on the near side, just air-mailed it over everybody's head. And it brings up 4th down and 10.
When the 4th game of the season, we could not pass off coverage with our secondary being so young and inexperienced. Game number 13, great job passing off man coverage on the near side from our secondary.
Alabama to punt it away. Zachariah Branch, is the deep receiver. He asks for a fair catch and makes it around the 21-yard line. And Georgia will have the football. 42-yard punt. And we've got a timeout here at Mercedes-Benz. We're in the second quarter with 7:29. Back with you once again in the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Georgia 14, Alabama nothing with 7:29 to go. The Dogs start the next possession on their own 20. It'll be 1st and 10. Gunnar Stockton, 7 of 9 throwing the football today. 56 yards and 2 touchdowns already. Ty Simpson, 5 for 11 for Alabama, 53 yards. No touchdowns and 1 interception. And that was by Dalen Everett, which the Dogs turned into a touchdown. Cash Jones will be in the backfield here on 1st down for the Dogs. Gunner in the shotgun. We bring Bell in motion. Hand it to Dylan Bell on a jet sweep. Dylan quickly turns the corner at the 25 up to the 30. He was just getting ahead of steam, and they able to catch up with him and bring him down at the 32-yard line. Quick 12-yard gain for the Dogs and a 1st down for Georgia. Deontay Lawson and Keon Sabb, the safety, on the stop of number 86.
Cash Jones with a good lead block. I have a love-hate relationship with the jet sweep, but we've been pretty successful at it today, dealing with some hard running.
Thought about the toss sweep to the left. Now we'll throw it out to Nate Frazier. He jukes a little bit after making the catch, and the defender stays with him at the 34. He'll make the tackle there, and that's Damani Jackson, the USC transfer from San Diego, California. Gain of a couple, 2nd down and 8 at the 34-yard line.
Out of necessity, Georgia running in a bunch of different receivers than normal in certain situations. C.J. Wiley and Sakovi White-Helton in the game now here on the right side.
And we had 3 bunched right there on the right, and then we put Humphreys in motion to the far side. Now we throw a screen to Sakovi White-Helton. He makes the catch around the 32, spins away from the first wave of defenders, but Jefferson, the linebacker, is going to make the second hit at the 36-yard line. 2 more yards for Georgia in a positive fashion. It's 3rd and 6.
Number 10 for Bama is just like number 3 for Georgia. He's a scud missile coming from that middle linebacker position.
Dogs ball on our 36, moving to the right. Cash Jones again in the backfield. Lucky's the tight end on the right side. 2 receivers to the left and 1 to the right. Gunner checking out the Alabama defense. They bring pressure from the edge. Gunner will throw. Far sideline. Ooh, missed his target. It was close to being picked off by a leaping Alabama defender back there in the secondary. Reached up high with one hand. Couldn't quite get the hand on it. And I think it was Lee. DeJohn Lee.
Red Morgan over top of Zach and DeJohn Lee underneath with that bracket coverage on number 1. He's going to have that all game. That's why when we try to extend the field and get the ball to him downfield, expect 2 Bama defenders to be near him at all times.
4th and 6. The Dogs will have to punt it away. Brett Thorson to kick it. And it's a wobbler, kind of a knuckleball. Going to come down. Fair catch for Alabama at the 25-yard line by Adams. And that'll stop the clock with 5:24 to go in the quarter. Only a 39-yard punt that time by Thorson. Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. And our drive summaries today will be brought to you by Shoemate. From Harry's Doghouse to your house, Shoemate is Georgia's solution for all things heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. 1st and 10, Alabama. On their 25-yard line. They are moving to our left as we view it with 5:24 to go in the second quarter, and they trail 14-0. Simpson going under center. Single setback is about 7 yards deep. A.K. Deer. They bring Ryan Williams in motion to the near side. Fake a sweep, hand it off to Deer straight ahead, up the hash mark for 3 yards. As he dives forward at the 28-yard line, caught around the legs by the linebacker C.J. Allen at the 28. 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Tide.
Our defensive front, one of the things that they're charged with is when they get double teamed, that double team is going from them up to the linebacking spot. They do a great job gobbling up both offensive linemen, allowing guys like C.J. Allen free room to run.
Big Horton and Miller on the interior of that defensive line. Gabe Harris down in a 3-point stance on the near side. And Williams has the football for Alabama. We just can't get that guy on the ground. He bounces and spins his way all the way to the sideline, gets out of bounds again before we get him on the turf. And this time on the Georgia sideline at the 33-yard line, Raylan Wilson finally pushed him out of bounds. Short of the first down by a couple. It's 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, Chris Jones was out there trying to make a tackle one-on-one in open space with Ryan Williams. That's a very talented runner against an outside linebacker. That's a mismatch.
It was a 5-yard pickup for the Crimson Tide. So 3rd and 2 for Alabama from their 33-yard line. Simpson will throw it on the left side. Pass out of the reach of the running back Daniel Hill in the left flat. I'm not sure whether there was a great effort there by Hill to catch the ball. He just kind of extended the arms. He didn't really bend over to try to go low to catch it. The pass wasn't great on target, but it was certainly a catchable ball, it appeared. However, it was incomplete, and it'll be 4th down for the Tide.
Could have been a business decision. He had Raylan Wilson and DeMello Jones bearing down on him.
I love it. All right, so the Tide will punt it away with Blake Dowd. Branch back deep to receive it for Georgia. Dowd gets off a whopper here. Long, high, spiraling punt. And Branch has to back up a little bit and make the catch backpedaling. He called for the fair catch and got it around the 18-yard line. It'll be Georgia football with 3:59 to go in the second quarter after a 49-yard punt by Alabama. Stay tuned for the Caterpillar halftime report with Neil Hondo Williamson. That's coming up momentarily. The halftime report brought to you by Caterpillar, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs. Dogs 14, Alabama nothing. Alabama will get the second half kickoff when we get to that point, but still almost 4 minutes on the clock here in the first half. We throw it to Zachariah Branch. He's weaving his way laterally from left to right, looking for space. He finally cuts up at the numbers on the far side of the field and tackled down at the 28-yard line by Quay Russaw, who's been hurt a lot this season. Finally back on the field and able to make a tackle there for the Alabama defense at the Georgia 28-yard line. But the Dogs moved the sticks on that play. 1st and 10 for Georgia. 10-yard gain on the catch and run by Branch. We'll throw it to Dylan Bell this time. On the near flat, caught at the 30. He's angling towards the Alabama sideline, trying to fight off a defender, Damani Jackson. Battling each other there. Jackson going to get him down near the boundary at the 36-yard line. Dogs pick up 8, 2nd down and 2. We'll run it for the 1st down with Nate Frazier. Angles at left tackle behind Monroe Freeling there. And gets the yardage to move the sticks. Jordan Renaud on the stop at the 40. Frazier with a 4-yard gain. 1st and 10, Georgia on our 40-yard line. We're moving, and so is the clock. 2:37, 2:36. Dogs taking their time for the most part, leading 14-0. 2-minute timeout coming up in 27 seconds. Gunner will go under the center. Chauncey Bowens, the single setback. Stretch handoff to Chauncey. Puts it in his left arm, runs straight ahead, and goes down as he crosses the line of scrimmage at the 41. Tripped up immediately. There wasn't a lot of running space there. Only a 1-yard gain for Bowens. And that'll be the last play before the 2-minute timeout. So the clock ticks down to 2 minutes. Dogs with the football. And a 14-0 lead here in the SEC Championship game. We've got a timeout in Atlanta. Our first half is presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured? You know who to call. There's only one call. Callken.com, the website. Back to Mercedes-Benz Stadium, the final 2 minutes of the half on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Of this period, Alabama's only had it for a little more than 2.5 minutes. And Georgia, of course, will try to get the last 2 minutes of the half off the clock here and hopefully cash in with a few more points before halftime. 14-0, Georgia in front. Dogs ball on our 42. 2nd down and 8 coming up. Gunner under center, and Bowens is the single setback. Gunner kind of a stretch fake and going to keep it as he looks downfield, runs to the right side, and will be tripped up shy of the 50 at the 40, looks like the 47.5-yard line maybe. Edric Hill and Russaw, a couple of linemen, able to get the Georgia quarterback at the 47-yard line. And they give him 5 on that. 3rd down and 3, they call it. Less than a minute and a half remaining. We flip-flop 2 tight ends to the left. And bring Lucky in motion to the near side and roll to the left and throw it to Chauncey Bowens. They drag him down from behind at the 49-yard line. Bowens caught the ball, couldn't get up ahead of steam, however, to get away from the defender Justin Hill, freshman who was able to make the tackle. And it'll bring up 3rd down, and Alabama, I think, is going to call a time with 1:08 to go in the quarter.
What a massive open field tackle from Justin Hill right there. Chauncey Bowens had the 1st down and more if he was able to break that tackle.
Chauncey's been dealing with some injuries since the Texas game. Haven't really seen him look like he's got that full explosion.
No, it doesn't. But, Scott, I'm looking over there on the far sideline. You've got 4th and about a half a yard to go here. I wonder if Georgia's not going to go for this. That'd be an incredibly risky move. Nah, we're going to punt it.
4th and less than a yard.
Good decision.
At our 49. Yeah, as well as the defense has been playing. With 69 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go.
Now here we go. Run the punt team off and run the offense on. Alabama substitutes, but they look to the sideline as if they're doing the right thing. Official holds them up. Gunner up under center. They bring a man in motion. Cash Jones now stops at the right side, and now Georgia will call a timeout.
Timeout, Georgia.
So we tried that before.
Do we do it again, Scott?
Sure, why not? We got timeouts. We got 2 more of these.
Yeah.
Oh, so we had the punt unit out there, ran them off, ran the offense on, didn't take the snap. Alabama didn't bite that time. And so we call a timeout. Still 4th and a yard to go. Georgia Bulldogs Football Radio Network brought to you by Georgia Power. We're here for the win. Georgia Power is here for you.
But Georgia's keeping the offense out on the field. Or if they go the other way.
Run them off. Yeah, and run the punt team back on. My favorite part of all that was watching the Alabama defenders run off the sideline, but looking back as if, am I doing the right thing, as they look back to the sideline. Not quite certain. That's the whole concept of this ploy, I guess. Yeah, there's the offense is going to stay out there. I formation with Roderick Robinson and Josh McCray. The full and the tail. We're going to go for it. Hand it to Big McCray, and he gets the first down as he blasts his way outside left tackle. 1st and 10, Georgia with 1:05 to go in the quarter. Lawson, the linebacker, had to stop that freight train.
Kirby Smart and the Dogs again with the gamble there. Big Roderick Robinson in the backfield to get a good key block right there. Had a free runner block that made the first down.
On the Alabama 47, Gunner's pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Not immediately, though. It kind of got tipped up in the air. And one of the Alabama defenders went diving for that flipping ball in the air. It was Hill Green, Nakai Hill Green, hyphenated last name, that tipped the pass. It's incomplete. 2nd down and 10 for the Dogs, and the clock stops with 46 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Georgia with a 14-0 lead and looking to add to it here in the last 46 seconds of the half. Cash Jones in the backfield with Gunner. He's got 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. And they'll hand it off to Gunner, or to Cash Jones, rather. Cash, not a lot of blocking on the left edge there as Alabama fights through and makes the hit on Jones, just shy of the tied 45-yard line. That was Renaud, the defensive lineman, and Hill Green, the linebacker. 3rd down and 8. Just outside the 45. Quick snap. Gunner being pressured. He'll just have to throw it to the near sideline. And incomplete. Alabama wants a grounding penalty. There was no receiver in the area. He was looked.
There was no foul for intentional grounding. The quarterback was outside the tackle box.
I was just going to say, before Daniel Gautreaux rudely interrupted me there, I thought he was still in the tackle box. It looked like.
He set the game.
Scott, if he was out, he was out by the hair on his chinny chin.
Yeah, you're right. I just looked at the
goodness.
So 21 seconds remain. It's 4th and 8 now for Georgia, and we do have the punt team out now. Alabama runs on Cole Adams late to receive the kick, if indeed we do kick it. Snap back by Gardner, and the kick by Thorson. High hanging punt, backspin, fair catch at the 8 by Adams. Alabama has the ball, and there's 15 ticks remaining in the half. 14-0. Georgia with a 2-touchdown lead, a 37-yard pooch punt by Brett Thorson, the Georgia All-American. Alabama will have one final touch here with the last 15 seconds to go.
Scott, I don't love that operation from Georgia offensively there. You take the risk to go for it on 4th down in your own territory, and then the next set of downs that you get, you really don't even hardly gain a yard.
We'll see what Alabama does with the final 15 seconds. Simpson back in the shotgun. Snap it back. He's going to backpedal into the end zone. And we hit him there in the end zone. Tackled him low. He completed the pass around the 10-yard line. And there's a flag down in the end zone. The tackle may have been out of the contact zone on the quarterback. I think that's what the officials are discussing. It might be a 15-yarder on the Dogs.
There are 2 fouls on the play, 1 on each team. Personal foul, hands to the face, offense number 64. Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 9. The fouls will offset, remains 1st down.
Well, it's a good thing those fouls offset, because roughing the passer, hitting the quarterback in the waist, since when is that roughing the passer? Well, you got him below the leg, but he was blocked into him.
Well, the good thing there is 7 seconds went off the clock, so there's only 8 seconds remaining. And Alabama's just going to take a knee, it looks like, on their 8.5, 9-yard line. Simpson takes the snap, takes a knee, and that's the half. And a rousing ovation for Georgia as they head into the locker room on that side of the field. Georgia fans like what they see. The Dogs lead it 14-0 over Alabama at halftime of the Southeastern Conference Championship game. Pretty good effort by the Dogs, wouldn't you say, Josh?
Yeah, I would say they did exactly what we hoped they would. Made a couple of adjustments, threw some new things at Alabama, played fast and physical on defense, and offensively were effective.
Coming up here in a matter of seconds, it's the halftime interview brought to you by Zaxby's. Who's got the sauce? Let's go down to DJ Shockley. He's got the coach. Shock.
Coach, you've averaged over 4 yards a rush, 7 yards in the pass. What's been efficient enough for you in offense?
I didn't know we're averaging 4 a rush. That's good because it don't seem like it. But they're coming after us. They're being really aggressive. We got to score more points. Got to keep playing good defense.
On the defensive side, you talk about playing good defense. What's it going to take to keep it going?
Well, if they don't score, we can't lose.
That's pretty logical.
Straightforward.
Yes. All right, Shock, thanks very much. I like that philosophy. And they haven't scored yet. It's 14-0, Georgia in front. And it's time now for the...
Let's do the work.
Piedmont is passionate about Georgia, about each and every person that makes our state incredible. That's why we're leading real change in healthcare, dedicating ourselves to providing a quality patient experience through innovation, personalization, and teamwork. What does that mean for you? You get up-to-date treatment, collaborative care, and the best possible outcomes. To see more about our commitment to raising the standards of quality in Georgia, visit piedmont.org/quality care. Piedmont, real change lives here.
Your Georgia Bulldogs know what it takes to build a winning team. When you combine dedication, talent, and a drive to win, nothing can beat you. With 20 years of providing natural gas to homes and businesses all over Georgia, Walton Gas combines trustworthy service and straightforward rate plans for the best customer experience. With Walton Gas, every customer wins. Visit waltongas.com to see how Georgia's most trusted natural gas provider can serve you. Go Dogs!
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield and JMI Sports under the broadcast rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Back with you inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth as Georgia will kick off to start the second half. Alabama deep on the goal line with Brooks. He'll let it sail over his head, bounce in the end zone. Dogs will take the touchback, and we'll go down to the Attorney Ken Nugent sidelines and DJ Shockley, who's in the locker room at the half with the Dogs. Shock.
Hey, fellas, obviously the first thing is, 0-0. We have to finish this ball game. This is what this game is all about. They say, I know where this game is trending, and it's trending towards dragging them in the deep end, and guess what? See if they can swim. This is a big drive to come out, but he said we have to be the more physical team. This game will be won on the line of scrimmage.
And it starts right now. Alabama 1st and 10 on their 25, 14-0 as we go to the second half. Simpson, play fake, rolls right and throws. Short pass caught by Brooks at the 25 and hooked up immediately and driven out of bounds to the sideline by the defensive back Rayshawn Dinkins, the freshman who got the start today in place of Jonel Aguero. Brooks out of bounds after a 1-yard gain to the 26. 2nd and 9 for the Tide. They put 3 receivers to the right side. That's the short side of the field. Ball's on the far hash, and Alabama moving to our left. Now they bring him in motion the tight end. Play fake, Simpson. Pressure, pocket being squeezed. He rolls away to his left, plants and throws downfield, incomplete. Receiver was out of bounds, so was the ball when everybody finally made contact with it, but Simpson kind of had to run for his life back to his 5-yard line before he was able to get away from Georgia defenders and throw the football.
Xavier McLeod with good pressure there. He's the one chasing Ty Simpson, but Joseph Jonah Ajonye was the one who put the Caden Proctor in the lap of Ty Simpson.
That's not easy to do with that big guy. 3rd and 9, Alabama on the 26. Simpson tries to escape. Will sack him back on the 15-yard line. Simpson just tosses the ball back to the official in disgust. Ja'Cory Thomas on a safety blitz made the tackle on Simpson around his legs as he tried to leak out the left side of the pocket. He was running backwards, and Simpson, or rather Ja'Cory Thomas, was bearing down on him and got the sack back at the 16.5.
Well, perfect time. And Raylan Wilson also coming in on a blitz, but he's the one who drew the eyes of the running back Daniel Hill, which allowed Ja'Cory Thomas to come in scot-free for the sack.
Lost 9.5. 4th down, Alabama to punt it away. Zachariah Branch back deep. Makes the catch. It's returnable. The 36 to the 40 to the 45. Middle of the field in Alabama territory. And tackled down at the, the Alabama, 42-yard line. It looks like where they'll spot him. Alabama has a player down on the field. Now he's helped up by a teammate. Training staff is out to tend to him too, and that is Justin Jefferson, the linebacker. They've spotted the ball at the Alabama 42. So the punt was 48 yards, and the return by Zachariah Branch was 22. It's on the 40-yard line. They've moved it off the 42 to the 40.
Well, Justin extremely hobbled coming off the field for Alabama and got rolled up on that tackle.
Certainly not the way Alabama wanted to start the second half. But Georgia's defense has just been smothering today. 14-0, Dogs lead, and they start in plus territory here on this possession. Handoff, Nate Frazier. He's upended at the line of scrimmage. He runs straight ahead between the hash marks, and Nakai Hill-Green went low on Frazier and knocked him down after a 1-yard gain.
Boy, that play was there. If we got Nakai Hill-Green blocked up, Frazier might have ran out the back of the end zone here on the right side of the radio dial.
Let's do that again. 39-yard line is where the line of scrimmage is now. 2nd down and 9, Dogs. Play fake Gunner. Pump fake. Now he throws to Frazier in the left flat. Makes the catch at the 35. Spins, and they hit him coming out of the spin at the Alabama 34-yard line. Zabian Brown, the cornerback, put the ball down between the 33 and the 34.
Good coverage again from Bama's secondary. Gunner having to check down to his escape valve, Frazier, once again.
That's a 6-yard gain for the Dogs. It's 3rd and 3 on the Alabama 33. Snap back to Gunner. He looks left. He throws left. Caught by Branch at the 29. He went up high and clasped the ball with 2 hands. They hit him there with a couple of different guys, led by Red Morgan and then Damani Jackson. But it's a Scana Energy first down at the Alabama 27-yard line. The game was 6. Dogs lead by 2 touchdowns, looking to add more to it here in the early minutes of the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers to the right for Gunner. Frazier in the backfield. Pump fake to the right flat. Throw it downfield to Lucky. A spinning catch at the 14 and out of bounds at the 9. Sabb got him out of bounds. Lawson Lucky with his first catch of the game.
Man, what body control from Lawson Lucky. Good throw to the outside shoulder from Gunner, but Lawson having to jump up in the air and twist around to make that catch, as you said, Scott. Man, just the athleticism of these Georgia tight ends is unbelievable.
18-yard gain for the Dogs. Scana Energy first down for Georgia. It's goal to goal at the Alabama 9. 2 receivers left. Now we shift 2 tight ends, Delp and Lucky to the left. Snap back, play fake, Gunner throw, and the pass, we threw it right into the chest almost of Hill-Green on the right edge of the defensive line for Alabama. So that pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage and knocked down incomplete.
Yeah, it was a great read from Gunner on the RPO game there. Talon Taylor with a nice route breaking in. That didn't hit Hill-Green in the arm. That was a touchdown for Georgia.
He did knock it down with that hand as he had to leap in the air. He had the hand in the right spot. That may have been 6 for the Dogs. 2nd and goal from the 9. Gunner going to go under center. Handoff Frazier with Humphrey leading, blocking. Oh, what a block! Humphrey with the opener on the left edge and a touchdown. Frazier on the 9-yard run.
Scott, you said it. Lawson Lucky with the great kick-out block. Oscar dealt with the perfect seal block on the left side, along with Monroe Freeling and Lawson Lucky. My goodness. But London just with that physical. That's a receiver with a physical block. I love it.
How much did he like that, too, after he made that block? He knew Frazier was going to score. There was nobody in the path over the last 8-9 yards. Touchdown for Georgia makes it 20-0. Here's the point after try. Snap, hold, kick, good. Dogs 21, Alabama nothing. SEC championship. That's another Georgia touchdown. Brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. 10:47 to play, third quarter here in Atlanta. Our second half tonight brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Go see the friend earned by Zachariah Branch to set up camp at the Alabama 40. They went 6 plays, 40 yards, and 232. And Frazier with the capper with his 6th touchdown of the year. That's the Shoemate drive summary from Harry's Doghouse to your house. Shoemate is Georgia's solution for all things heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. Peyton Woodring to kick it away, left to right. He'll hang it up extra high. This time it's going to come down returnable at the 2. Brooks caught it far side of the field, weaving his way back to the near side at the 10. Helmet ripped off as it rolls back towards the goal line. No flags on the play. I'm not sure how his helmet got ripped off, but Georgia makes the tackle around the 14-yard line.
Scott, I feel like his helmet got knocked off.
Alabama with the ball on their own 13-yard line.
Never mind. It was ripped off.
I didn't see the replay.
Kind of an egregious missed call, to be completely honest with you.
First and 10, Alabama on the 13. Snap it back to Simpson. Handoff sweeping around the left side is A.K. Deere, the freshman. And he will be stopped shy of the 20 as he tried to swing wide to the left. Will make the tackle at the 18 with Raylan Wilson, the Tallahassee, Florida linebacker. Six-yard gain, 2nd down and 4. Now they change it to 2nd and 5.
Georgia in a man coverage look again. Our secondary's traveling with the receivers in motion.
Simpson, play fake. Nobody there to fake it to. Oh, Simpson just runs left and slides. I'm not sure what happened with that. He didn't even give it any effort to try to make something out of nothing, and he loses yards back to the 13-yard line. He lost 5 yards.
Well, that's another business decision, Scott. If you're Ty Simpson, I'm not trying to run at Q Johnson. Look at that menacing linebacker. He's not going to. You think Ty Simpson's going to try to take him on one-on-one? No, sir.
There was no scramble ability there. Alabama 3rd and 10 now. 9:26 on the clock, third quarter. And Georgia leads 21-0. Simpson in the shotgun. Williams slides out in motion to the right side. Handoff. Flags down. Simpson hit, knocked to the ground by Gabe Harris. There's 2 flags on the play. Let them sort it out.
False start. Offense, number 75. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Kalen DeBoer is unhappy about that hit on his quarterback. They might have bigger fish to fry, however. 3rd down and forever on their own 8. 3rd and 15. Alabama going backwards on this possession. Empty set. Simpson in the shotgun. How many are we going to bring? We bring 3. Simpson backs up in the end zone, throws wide to the right. caught at the 9 and then hit at the 20 on the far side of the field. It's going to be short of the first down. He got a good chunk of that back. Chris Cole and C.J. Allen make the collision on the far side of the field at the 20 on Marshall Pritchett, a freshman tight end from Charleston, South Carolina.
When Georgia right there did a good job mixing up the coverage. They showed a man look pre-snap and then went to zone after the snap to keep the ball underneath. Good job by Georgia defensively, switching things up.
They got 12. They needed 15. Alabama will punt on 4th down. Zachariah Branch is back deep. Not a real long punt. Branch will call for a fair catch. He's under it, makes the grab at the Georgia 34-yard line. Dogs have it in decent field position once again with 8:12 to go. Brock, Scott Howard back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth here in Atlanta. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety reminds you the penalty for getting a DUI can cost up to $10,000. So that's why the Governor's Office of Highway Safety says drive sober so you won't get pulled over. Dogs with the ball on our own 35-yard line, leading 21-0 now. Scored on our first possession of the half. 40-yard drive, a 9-yard touchdown run by Nate Frazier with huge blocks from our receiver and tight end on the play. London Humphreys, and was it Delp? Was the tight end that
Delp was over there also.
Had the seal block on that play?
Yeah, and Hondo pointed out to me, too, before we went to break last time, all of Georgia's touchdowns have been on short fields after either a turnover or a great play on special teams.
Dogs run some misdirection with Dylan Bell running to the left. He had some lead blockers, but Alabama defenses it well. They stretch it out between the numbers and the sideline, and Lawson and Hill Green, their linebackers, make the tackle on Dylan. Only about a half a yard gain on that. Maybe more like a half a yard loss, it looks like, by the yard marker across the way. So he's back just inside the 35-yard line now as Georgia works in its own end of the field. Chauncey Bowen's in the backfield with Gunner. Snap it back. He's going to stay in the pocket. Now he tries to run, and he will. And he bounces off 2 tacklers. Gets up across the 40. And they catch him as he crosses the 40. Stumbles forward and falls face first around the 44-yard line. They'll spot the ball back at the 43 on the scramble by Gunner. Boy, he did a nice job just to get anything out of that. And it's 3rd and 2.
Yeah, there's the athleticism of your quarterback. Shock and I talking about that in the tailgate show. When things break down downfield, Gunner's ability to be able to get something out of nothing has proved pivotal for the Dogs this year.
He got 8 out of that, and he had 2 guys in crimson jerseys that were laying hands on him in the pocket. He's going to throw on 3rd down. It's caught by London Humphreys, far side of the field. Hold on, check a flag. Humphreys' catch is good enough
Personal
for the first
foul,
down.
Hands to the face. Offense, number 63. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Remains 3rd down.
Now they got the freshman Glover for the hands to the face. So that'll wipe out a first down pass play by the Dogs.
Got to work to replace that hand when it slides up into the neck and head area of the guy you're blocking. It's hard to do, though. It's easy to say it. It's real hard to do it.
Ball's back on the 28 of Georgia. 3rd down and 17.
Alabama in a deep cover 2 zone look here on 3rd down.
What do we have in the bag for this one? Cash Jones is in the backfield with Stockton. Snap back to Gunner in the pocket. Mouthpiece flew out in the pocket back there. Somebody lost a mouthpiece. He'll throw, and it's caught falling to the turf by Dylan Bell just across the 40, close to the 41-yard line. It's only about a 3-yard gain. Nope, it's more than that, excuse me. It's a 12-yard gain.
Oh, and Bama shifted too during the pre-snap into a quarters coverage, just trying to keep everything underneath, put defenders at the line to gain for the first down, keeping Georgia underneath them.
Well, the penalty on our offensive lineman cost us the first down and the continued possession. We'll have to punt it away on 4th down. Here's Brett Thorson. Wow, look at that kick. Holy smokes. It's going to bounce at the 2 and kick into the end zone. He outkicked the coverage that time. Our gunners couldn't even catch up to that one. That was long and high. It bounced at the 2 and into the end zone for a touchback. 60-yard punt by Brett Thorson that time.
2 times with their offense, the transition rush coming up, being able to circle back has been big.
They've had pressure on Simpson tonight. Not a ton of sacks, only the 1 sack. But they've, as you pointed out in the pregame, Josh, they've taken the quarterback and knocked him off his mark numerous times tonight.
Well, and secondary's doing a great job of coverage downfield, too, making him hold the ball a little bit longer.
Alabama on the 20 after the touchback on the punt. Simpson with a play fake, drops back to the 10, will throw near side, open in the flat is the running back Hill. He catches a low ball and then falls down on his backside right there on the spot at the 24-yard line. Xavier McLeod got a blow on the quarterback there as he was letting go of that football. The gain is only 4. Looked like he had a lot more running room than that, but that was all altered by McLeod's rush. 2nd and 6 for the Tide. And he'll hand it off this time to Hill. He just lowers his shoulders and his head and runs straight ahead right into the pile to the 26-yard line. Raylan Wilson was in the pile on the other side, and he's the guy that made the first hit along with Elijah Griffin. On the 26 now, 3rd down for Alabama, 3rd and 3. Their 3rd down percentage is not good, 1 for 7 tonight. Alabama trying to move to our left here in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Pressure coming on Simpson. He'll throw it off to the running back Hill, who escapes the tackle but then steps out of bounds on the near sideline. He got away from Ja'Cory Thomas, who couldn't wrap him up, and he was kind of trying to maintain his balance, and a foot went out of bounds before he could get to the 1st down marker. Where are they going to spot him out?
I don't think he gained much at all, Scott. It looked like his foot may have gone out of bounds right here on the near the yard marker on our side of the field.
Yeah, short of the 28. It's 4th down and a couple, so Alabama's got the punt team out there.
Physicality again from our secondary. Ja'Cory Thomas coming down, being physical at the point of attack, causing that 3rd down not to be converted.
Here's the punt by Alabama. Zachariah Branch is the return man. They kick it short, and Branch will let it bounce into the Alabama sideline, near side of the field, and it goes out of bounds at the 35 of Georgia. So it wasn't a long punt. I guess it was effective in that they wanted to keep it away from Branch. 36 yards, no return. Dog fans, Georgia basketball will return to Atlanta next Saturday when the Bulldogs face Cincinnati at State Farm Arena, 2 o'clock. Georgia currently 8-1 on the year. They lead the nation in scoring, almost 100 points a game, just a 1/10 of a point off from that. Visit Ticketmaster.com for seats to see your Dogs next Saturday. Dogs 1st and 10 on the 35. They'll run it with Nate Frazier. He jitterbugs his way up over the 40, up the hash mark to the 45-yard line, before being stopped with 3:37 to go in the quarter.
Scott, my ankle snapped watching Nate Frazier stop and redirect to get through that hole. Great vision, great cut.
He went from the 35 to the 44 and 3/4. He didn't get a full 10, but he got 9 plus an inch or 2. 2nd and less than a yard to go. Dogs will send Stockton under center, hand it off to Frazier. He redirected again, if you will. He angled to the left, and then he cut back right towards the middle of the hole and gets the 1st down. Tackled at the 48-yard line. He got 4 out of that. Scana Energy 1st down for Georgia as we near the end of the 3rd quarter, and Georgia up 21-0.
Didn't get a ton of push that time from the left side of Georgia's offensive lines, as you said, which made Nate be able to cut back to pick up that 1st down.
Dogs with a quick break of the huddle. Now they go with a little tempo, and we got flags and a false start on the Dogs.
False start, offense, number 7. 5-yard penalty, remains 1st down.
We were a little too quick for our own good on that play. So that'll back us up 5 yards, stops the clock on the penalty marker with 2:34 to go in the 3rd quarter.
I feel like that matches our season total of false starts. We've been very good in that phase of our game, our offensive game this season.
Dogs with 5 penalties today. Alabama's only been flagged for 1. Jet sweep. Dylan Bell turns the corner at the 40. Up the hash he goes. He lost his footing a little bit as he made a sharp turn to the right to head upfield. And he's going to be brought down at the 48-yard line by the linebacker, Nakai Hill-Green, and then the defensive back, Red Morgan. Georgia's looking at 2nd and 10 now. Josh McCray's checked into the ballgame. The bell run was 5 yards. 2nd and 10 on our 48-yard line. Moving left to right here late in the third quarter. Handoff, Big McCray. Oh, he's hit at the mesh point there. Just when Gunner gave him the football, McCray just wrapped up by one of their big linemen. Justin Hill is the guy that got to him first. So the big bruiser got bruised himself that time back at the 45-yard line. We lost 3 yards.
That was a miscommunication. He had a combination block working up to the second level of Alabama's defense. Both guys let off. Can't do that, Scott. Got to hold on to your blocks.
3rd and 13 for the Dogs. Cash Jones in the game now in the backfield with Gunner. Defensive lineman switching positions for Alabama up front. Throw it to Cash, left flat, makes the catch. Contact made with Jones in Alabama territory, and they bump him out of bounds at the Tide 47-yard line. And that was Cam Calhoun, the cornerback, up to make the hit. It's on the Georgia 47-yard line, did not cross midfield. And it's going to be 4th down and 5 for the Bulldogs.
You're going to get to the sideline. You see Juan Gaston getting coached up from Stacy Searles. A little bit of vigorous communication on the far sideline. Can't have that miscommunication because the play was there.
Well, the ball is on the Alabama 47. It's still 4th and 5, though. And we snap it back to Brett Thorson, who will punt it away on 4th and 5. Hanging it high and trying a little backspin. A fair catch is called for and made by Cole Adams for Alabama inside the 10-yard line. 38-yard punt by Thorson. He pins him in again. Another punt inside the 10 by the Georgia senior. Alabama on its own 9-yard line. 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. And the Dogs are up 21-0 here in the SEC Championship game.
First and 10, Alabama from the 9.
Alabama will break the huddle. One back in the backfield with Simpson. Works out of the shotgun. They send Jeremy Bernard in motion to the right. Simpson drops back into the end zone. Pressure from all around. He throws. He's got a man wide open in the flat. It's caught by the tight end. Edwards caught it at the 20 and nobody there. Georgia had to send Chris Cole in at a full head of steam to drag him down from behind. Caleb Edwards, a freshman from California, had a lot of running room. Fortunately for the Dogs, he doesn't have a lot of speed. Cole was able to drag him down and make the tackle at the 30, and that's the end of the quarter. The gain was 21. 1st and 10 Alabama when we... And that was on a 9-yard touchdown run by Nate Frazier. The Dogs rolled up 84 yards of offense in the quarter, only 33 for Alabama. Georgia again with the advantage in the play total. We ran 14 plays, they ran 10, and Georgia controlled the clock a little bit more in that quarter. And we got 15 minutes to go. Alabama football on their own 30. 1st and 10. Simpson will throw over the middle, and it's caught around the 37-yard line by Daniel Hill, the running back, and he's hit once and then twice. Chris Cole made the first contact, and C.J. Allen made the second. Down after a 9-yard gain, however, up to the 40-yard line. Simpson looks left, looks right, and then looks right into a white shirt who buries him back at the 30 of the 29-yard line. Sacked by the Dogs, Quintavious Johnson. Check a flag in the middle of the field, or at least in the Georgia secondary, dropped at the 45-yard line. Chris Cole and Quintavious Johnson on the dual rush back there. That might wipe out the play, the penalty marker, the way Kirby Smart was reacting
after
to
the play,
one of his defensive
personal
players.
foul, unnecessary roughness, defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty will be added to the dead ball spot. First down, Alabama.
DeMello Jones penalized for the play. Kirby's irate.
He's not happy, but again, Alabama running back number 4, Daniel Hill, made a business decision. That rush came. He wanted no part of picking up that blitz.
You're right. He just kind of split the two rushers. As we looked at the replay, he didn't really touch either one of them.
Like, nah, man, I'm good.
Alabama gets a breather, although Ty Simpson may not think so after taking that lick. It's 1st and 10 tied on their 45-yard line. Moving to our right, Simpson, a little lollipop throw, may have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. It's caught by Alabama's tight end anyway, caught by Caleb Edwards. It got tipped at the line and kind of knuckleballed and dead ducked up in the air and floated down right to the tight end. He made the catch in the run to the Georgia 42, tackled by Dalen Everett. It's another first down for Alabama. Tide trying to move. They don't have any points yet. We've got 13:35 to go in the game. Alabama works with their quarterback on the logo. He looks to the right, now back to the middle of the field. That's where he throws, and it's caught by the running back, Daniel Hill. We smother him up immediately at the 38th, where they're going to mark him down. C.J. Allen with the tackle for the Dogs. Got 4 out of that. Second down and 6. Simpson in the shotgun. And Hill in the backfield. He'll flare out, and they'll throw it to him, and he'll drop it. At the 40-yard line, he was looking downfield, and his hands and his body were twisted around to catch the football, and none of that worked for him. He dropped it right off his hands.
My man's waving the white flag, Scott. He doesn't want any part, and here he comes getting checked out of the game. They're going to go ahead and take that out. Ja'Cory Thomas in the space again, just breathing down the neck of Daniel Hill. Hey, it must be said, too, no throws, very few throws downfield. Our secondary is doing a great job in coverage on this tremendous trio of receivers from Alabama.
Third and 6 for Alabama. They're 1 for 8 on third down today. Snap it back to Simpson. Here comes pressure. Simpson will just heave it up downfield, and it's incomplete. Oh, here comes 1 and 2 flags. And that's going to be on DeMello again.
Pass interference, defense, number 15. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
Is it pass interference on the 10-yard line? Because he was falling down on his own.
Pass was underthrown. The receiver, Ryan Williams. Ball bounced just on the other side of the 10. And DeMello had hands on him and was pulling him in the other direction. So I guess that's a legitimate call.
That was 4 yards uncatchable.
It's 30 yards and penalties by one player now on this possession. Alabama's got it on Georgia's 23-yard line now. 1st and 10. Looking for their first points of the game. Play fake to Daniel. Simpson's going to zip it into the end zone, and off the hand of Brooks, and incomplete under the goalpost. Threw it tight and hard into the end zone, and too much for Lazier Brooks to handle. Off one hand. And incomplete, fortunately. Second down and 10 coming up for the Tide.
That was an incredible throw by Ty Simpson.
Well, good-looking ball. Looking at the replay, man.
Gosh, that ball's got to be caught 10 times out of 10. That was an incredible pass.
.12:48 remaining in the game. Clock stopped with the incompleted pass. From the Georgia 23, pressure straight up the gut, throwing for the far corner in the end zone, and incomplete. Incomplete. Was that dropped by Williams or broken up? Ryan Williams was the target, the sophomore from Mobile, Alabama. He was covered by Ellis Robinson. Oh, that was a drop. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, yet another throw. Great throw from Ty Simpson. Pressure in his face from Raylan Wilson. You couldn't have handed it to him much better than that. Fortunately, dropped by Ryan Williams, but good coverage from Ellis Robinson.
That's been his issue this season. That's 9 drops already for the sophomore receiver for Alabama. Not today, but this year. 9 would be a lot. Simpson running for his life, dumps it over the middle screen, and it's caught by Jeremy Bernard. He fights off 2 Georgia defenders, going to bounce right, get to the sideline and into the end zone. First Alabama touchdown of the game, and it never should have happened. We should have tackled him twice between the 10 and the 20-yard line, but Bernard kept going, and we couldn't get him on the ground.
Poor tackling in open field by 2 different defenders, as you pointed out, Scott. Got to get Bernard on the field. I know he's a talented runner with the ball in his hands, but very uncharacteristic from a couple of members of our secondary.
Just looked at a replay. Bolden may have made the tackle, but he was having to work around the umpire, who was standing like a statue right there, so he was an extra blocker for the Crimson Tide on that play. Alabama with the point after, and it's good. A 23-yard touchdown pass to Jeremy Bernard from Simpson gets Alabama on the board with 12:33 to go, and our new score in Atlanta is Georgia 21, Alabama 7. We got a timeout here at Mercedes-Benz. Our second half tonight brought to you by versatile BMW X3 sports activity vehicle. For more details, see your local BMW center. Visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Alabama on the board for the first time here in the game. Their first points come with 12:33 to go in the game. 21-7, Georgia leads as the Tide will kick it away. And Zachariah Branch will slide to his right and let the ball bounce through the end zone for a touchback. Alabama went 91 yards in 9 plays in 2 minutes and 37 seconds. And the touchdown was a Jeremy Bernard tackle-breaking run after the catch, a 23-yarder on a screen play that got him into the end zone. And that makes it 21-7. That's the Shoemate Drive summary from Harry's Doghouse to your house. Shoemate is Georgia's solution for all things heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. Dogs 1st and 10 on our 25 with a 2-touchdown lead now. Gunner going to take it and roll the pocket to the right. Throw on the run to Branch. He caught it on the sideline, cuts back in towards the numbers, and then turns up at the 30, and they tackle him at the 32. Keon Keeley makes the stop after about a 7-yard gain to the 32-yard line. Dogs will huddle. Let that clock tick a little bit. How aggressive do the Dogs need to be here, Josh?
Pretty aggressive. Alabama's an explosive offense.
Stockton goes under center. Frazier the lone setback. Play fake, roll to the right. Stockton looking downfield. He fires to the tight end, Oscar Delp, right at the yard marker. Makes the catch, gets out of bounds. First down at the 37-yard line. DeJohn Lee made the stop on the far boundary, and that's a Scana Energy first down at the 37. It's a 5-yard gain on that rollout and throw to Oscar Delp, the senior from Cumming, Georgia.
Good job on the rollout, flooding that side of the field. Lucky was the down the field receiver, covered well. Delp underneath, open for the first down.
Georgia in white and silver breeches, red hats, and we play fake the jet sweep with Bell. Boy, there was just a congregation of folks on that right side of the line of scrimmage. Gunner just ended up keeping the football and trying to do something with it, and what that something was, don't lose any yards, and he didn't. He stopped at the line of scrimmage, basically at the 36.
Tim Keenan and all 320 played pound cake on that tackle, landing on top of Gunner.
I don't think that play was designed like that. Second down and 10 for the Dogs. Branch in motion. He stops that motion at the quarterback and goes back left, and now Stockton will pull it down. Quarterback draw. Gunner lowers the shoulder, drives over the 40 and up to the 43-yard line. Nikai Hill-Green on the stop. The Alabama linebacker makes another tackle. He's made a bunch of those today. But Gunner picks up 7 up to the 43, or 6-yard gain, rather. 3rd and 4. A little more than 10 minutes remaining here in the game. Georgia with a 21-7 lead on Alabama here in the SEC Championship. London Humphreys, receiver to the right. 3 receivers to the left for Gunner, and Frazier in the backfield. Snap back. Stockton plants, now rolls to the left. Cuts inside, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Got hit at the 43 by Tim Keenan, the big defensive lineman for Alabama. And that's going to stop another offensive series for the Dogs. It's 4th down. We got to punt it away again.
Quay Russaw was in hot pursuit of him, too, the linebacker from Alabama. Forced Gunner back up inside, right into the waiting arms of Tim Keenan. This sheet says 320. My man's not 320. He's easily like 340. Easy.
Brett Thorson back on to kick it away for the Dogs. A lot of time remaining. Thorson will punt it high. Spiral will come down nose first. Oh, Cole Adams dropped it. He dropped it inside the 5. Whose ball? Whose ball? There's a small little pile. I guess Adams fell on his own muffed punt down there inside the 5. He was trying to fair catch around the 4, and the ball came out of his arms. We had 2 gunners down there to cover him up, but he got the ball back apparently. Thorson with a 50-yard punt, -2 on the return, and we got a timeout here in Atlanta. Ooh, Alabama dodged a bull identification on the Bulldogs Sports Network. (21-7), Georgia leads Alabama, 4th quarter. Let's go to the Attorney Ken Nugent sidelines and DJ Shockley. Shock, what's happening?
Hey, fellas, after that long touchdown drive by Alabama, C.J. Allen called up the entire defense, a spirited conversation, and pulled DeMello Jones over personally and said, hey, this is not what we do. We got to play with some composure, talking to the whole defense. So we'll see what happens here, but a big leadership moment from C.J. Allen.
All right, Shock, Alabama starting in a hole on its own 5-yard line. Simpson to throw out of the end zone, and he's almost swallowed up by Georgia's pass rush. He throws it incomplete. Xavier McLeod was leading the charge back there. He was surrounded right under the goalpost, trying to go to Caleb Edwards, the tight end, just out of desperation, but it's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now. Ball's on the 4, not the 5, far left end of the field. Simpson stands in the end zone taking the snap. He'll throw it to the 10. It's caught by Bernard. He makes one man miss, and then we grab his arm and get him down. Their receivers are hard to tackle for us. We finally do stop Bernard at the 12.
They are not good, but they are great runners after the catch are their receivers.
Bolden and Johnson, the linebacker, on the tackle for the Dogs. It's 3rd down. Get a stop here. Get the ball back. It's 3rd and 2 for Alabama on the 12. They bring the running back into the backfield. He was lined up at a receiver out on the left side. Snap it back to Simpson. He's got plenty of time. Throws it to the tight end. Incomplete over the middle at the 15. And we put his shoulder right into his belly just for good measure.
Every one of those 50-50 almost tight plays have not been made by Bama today. That ball off the fingertips of the tight end. They're going for it on 4th down, Scott.
Apparently. 4th and 2 on the 12, their own 12. Maybe trying to get Georgia to move. Nope, they're going to run it. They run the play. They snap the ball, and they throw it incomplete. Incomplete. The Dogs take over on the Alabama 12. Wow. There's 8:13 to go, and they went for it on their own 12-yard line.
Joseph Jonah Jonye driving his tackle into the throwing lane of Ty Simpson. Forced a high throw. You got a big 6'6" tackle with a 6'5" defensive lineman pushing him, Scott. That allowed that forced that ball sailed high to the near sideline from Ty Simpson. Bernard, Georgia scored on a short field 3 times today. All 3 scores have come on a short field. Here we go again.
Bernard was running a crossing route towards the Alabama sideline, but that ball was nowhere near him, as you just pointed out. Georgia's ball, 1st and 10 on the Crimson Tide 12. Far left end of the field. Dogs out of the pistol, leading at 21-7. Snap to Stockton. Gunner. Oh, he shared the handoff that time with Frazier, and Gunner ended up with the football. He wouldn't give it away, and Nate didn't want to let go, and they both ran through the hole together. Stockton ends up with the ball in his hand and knocked to the turf, the 12 of the 13-yard line. That was an awkward-looking play.
James Smith, the Bama defensive lineman, was in the backfield unblocked.
Clock ticking, 7:45 remaining here in Atlanta. Georgia with a 2-touchdown lead, looking for points here after the ball went over on downs. Alabama went for it on 4th and 2 from their own 12. Handoff Frazier through the hole. Ooh, goodness. Driven back in the opposite direction. Frazier got hit right in the hole by Deontay Lawson, who drove the Georgia running back on his back for no gain. Well, the Dogs have run 2 plays here in the Massey Ferguson red zone and haven't been able to budge the ball off the first down marker.
Well, that was an impressive play from the Bama captain. You don't see Nate lose many battles like that.
2 receivers to the right for the Dogs. Now we bring Cash Jones in motion to the left. Here comes pressure. They blitz. We throw it to Branch. Oh, he cuts back to the left. 10, 5, 1. Touchdown. Touchdown. Zachariah Branch has done it again with those nifty moves.
We have a wide receiver with elite run after the catch skills too. Zach Branch, that screen is supposed to go back toward the middle of the field. Bama did a great job defending it, and you saw him ad-lib just like he did on the last screen pass that he caught. Sticks that ball in the end zone. What a run from Branch.
He caught it, took 2 steps, jabbed to the right, and then back to the left, and Alabama wasn't going to catch him then. When he crossed the goal line, they belted him in the air. He quickly jumped up and celebrated with his teammates. The Dogs lead at 27-7.
Then he pulls his Cristiano Ronaldo celebration in the end zone. I love it.
Point after try from Peyton Woodring. Kick is up and good. You saying Gunner got a block on that play too? He got hit. Okay. He took a shot. Zachariah Branch with the touchdown. Brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. Well, another short yardage score by the Dogs. Alabama rolled the dice, but the Tide didn't roll. They care radio booth. Georgia with a 13-yard touchdown pass from Gunner to Zachariah Branch. His 23rd touchdown pass of the season. Branch with the reception. That's his 5th TD catch of the year. Georgia scoring drive. 3 plays, 12 yards in a minute 22. That's the Shoemate drive summary. As the Dogs will kick it away through the end zone for a touchback. From Harry Dog's house to your house, Shoemate is Georgia's solutions for all things heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical. Branch also with 5 more catches today. He's got 73 now on the season. That's just 3 shy of tying Bryce Hunter's all-time season record for most catches in a year, and that happened back in 1993. The Georgia Bulldogs Football Radio Network brought to you by Georgia Power. We're here for the win. Georgia Power is here for you. 1st and 10, Alabama on the 25-yard line. Georgia now leads at 28-7. Simpson in the pocket will throw to his left. Caught at the 35 on an angle. That's Bernard, I think, trying to weave his way up the middle of the field. It was Bernard on the catch. He was hit by Raylan Wilson and KJ Bolden as he crossed the 40 at the 41-yard line. 16-yard gain. First down for the Tide. They want to move with some tempo. They trail by 3 touchdowns again. Simpson, we only rush 3. He'll throw. It's caught on the left side near the numbers at the 45-yard line. Again, Bernard on the reception. Tackle made by DeMello Jones, the sophomore from Swainsboro. They got 8. 2nd and 2 as we near 6 minutes remaining. From the Alabama 49, Simpson will throw again, far sideline, and this time the pass is incomplete. Bernard wanted to go for a 3rd strike. Dalen Everett denied it, and the pass is incomplete into the Georgia sideline. So it's 3rd and 2 now for Alabama. Clock stopped with 5:56 to go.
Daniel Hill, the running back for Alabama, is going to have nightmares of number 3 and number 5 for the next week. C.J. Allen just absolutely blew him up in the pocket there in pass protection. Just a physical contact.
Empty set. Now they motion in the running back into the backfield. Dogs look like they want to blitz. Will they? Simpson looking over the Georgia defense. We bring 4. Simpson in the pocket. Well, he's getting nervous now. He's going to pull it down and run, and Allen will hit him as he crosses midfield at the 50-yard line. Going to be a little bit shy of the first down, maybe by a yard. Ball's right in the middle of the field on the SEC logo on the 50. 4th down and a yard to go.
Credit Georgia's secondary again with great coverage downfield. Nowhere to go for Ty Simpson.
He got a yard on the scramble. Now they need another yard to get the first down. Clock moving at 5:20. And now Alabama wants to use a timeout.
Timeout, Alabama.
4th and 1 coming up. Alabama calls time to talk about it. 5:20 remaining in the game. And Georgia leads the Crimson Tide 28-7. Piedmont Healthcare offers you exceptional hassle-free care closer to home. Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of UGA Athletics. Dogs are 5 minutes and 20 seconds away from successfully defending their SEC championship. Beat Texas here in overtime last year to claim their 15th title. 5 minutes and 20 seconds away from number 16 here tonight with a win over Alabama. Tide not done yet. They trail by a bunch, though. 3 touchdowns and not a lot of time remaining for them. Georgia's had some key swing plays in this ball game, including a blocked punt. We've had an interception, a turnover on downs on their 12-yard line, and Georgia's turned all of that into points. 4th and a yard to go from the 50 for the Tide. Snap back, play fake. Simpson, he dumps it to the tight end. He gets the first down, and the tight end, Edwards, takes a pretty good lick in Georgia territory at the 42 by C.J. Allen and Ellis Robinson. But he gets up okay, and they spot it down at the 42-yard line. 8-yard gain for the Tide, and that gives them the first down, moves the sticks.
Ellis Robinson threw all 180 pounds.
The clock, there's something wrong with the clock, I think. The referee is talking, can't hear him, but yeah, it didn't move at all from 5:20. Now they reset it to 5:15. And they start the clock, says Daniel Gautreaux. We don't need any clock bugaboos going on now. With 5 minutes to play and Georgia leading by 3 touchdowns. Simpson's got time to throw. He surveys the field, throws into double coverage on the left side, almost intercepted by Bolden. Ended up being tipped away by the Bulldogs sophomore safety from Buford, Georgia, and it's incomplete. Ryan Williams was the intended target, but denied by KJ.
Well, Ellis Robinson's going to have a hard conversation with KJ in the locker room after the game. He's like, bro, that was number 5. that would have allowed me to finish the SEC season, finish this season, the leader in the SEC with 5 interceptions.
Instead, it's 2nd down and 10 for Alabama from the Georgia 42-yard line. Simpson ready for the snap. He works out of the shotgun. They snap it back. He drops back. Now he runs to the left, being pursued by Walker, and we're going to drag him down. Sack back on the Georgia 47, 48-yard line. Let's see where they mark him. Zayden Walker with the pass rush and the sack for the freshman linebacker at the 47.
Well, what a 5. What a fake. Zayden Walker was lined up in a sprinter stance right over top of the guard on that pre-snap. You thought that he was going to come on a blitz. No, he sits back. He's the spy for the quarterback. Great play from the true freshman.
Now it's 3rd and 15 for Alabama. We've got linebackers up in the gaps. Oh, we bring everybody this time. Oh, Simpson takes a lick. But Bernard catches it, and then he laterals it across the field to the far sideline. And that's the running back, Daniel Hill, that took the lateral. And it's finally knocked out of bounds way downfield at the Georgia 17-yard line, 30-yard pickup. Ran a little trick play there. It looked like they set up a screen for Bernard. He had blocking, but he just jumped in the air and threw it behind him across the field to Hill, who caught it and got down to the 17. Alabama this time going to go for the end zone now with Jeremy Bernard. It's incomplete in the near right corner.
Can't throw at Ellis Island and have success. Got good coverage from Ellis Robinson on Bernard on the near end zone, just underneath our view here.
2nd and 10 for the Tide on the Dogs 17. Ball's on the far hash. Alabama trying to push it across here from the right, or to the right, with 3:42 to go. 3 receivers in a bunch formation to the left of the quarterback. They play fake jet sweep. We've got pressure. He throws it in the left flat to the motion man, and it's off his hands and incomplete. A.K. Deere. And that was Joseph Jonah Ajonia that came storming in from the quarterback's right. He saw him out of the right side of his eye there coming after him, and Simpson just tried to dump it off to his left, and Deere did not catch it.
Well, that was a problem up front. Michael Carroll looked inside, did not look outside. Joseph Jonah Ajonia, as you said, came scot-free, untouched.
3rd and 10 on the Georgia 17. Dogs lead at 28-7. 3:37 to go. They snap it back. Simpson will throw again. He throws it behind the receiver, Williams, and it's incomplete. Trying to complete that pass at the 8-yard line on the near sideline. And then K.J. Bolden gave him a little bump for good measure after the play. So now it's 4th down. 4th and 10 for the Tide. Clock stops again, just a few seconds at a time, running off as Alabama is just in pass mode at this point. 3:33 to go. 4th and 10 for the Tide. Ball's on the 17 of the Dogs. How many will we bring this time? We bring 5, and then we have a spy. Justin Williams chasing. They chase Simpson out of the pocket. He curls, he spins, he rolls to the right. Now he throws towards the end zone, and it's incomplete. Through the hands of Bolden, off the body of Bernard, and to the turf, incomplete. It's the Dogs' ball going the other way. Once again, a turnover on downs by Alabama. Georgia football at our 17-yard line.
Backyard football at its finest, my goodness, KJ. KJ, the practice between now and the bowl game, wherever Georgia plays on New Year's Day, you're going to have some ball skill drills. Kirby Smart's giving him a hard time over there on the sideline, too, I'm sure. Get your hands on the ball and get that ball batted out of bounds. Or catch it.
If he'd picked that in the end zone, he would have +3 on the math there. We would have had it at the 20 instead of the 17. I'm sure he was thinking about that. Handoff, Nate Frazier. On 1st down for the Dogs, tackled by Tim Keenan, running straight up the hash, although Nate never runs straight. I mean, he's always side to side until he finds a gap, and then he's gone. He got 3 that time to the 20. 2nd down and 7. Countdown begins for Georgia's fans. Less than 3 minutes to go. Georgia 28, Alabama 7. The Dogs closing in on a 16th SEC championship.
Alabama fans are getting an early start on traffic on the way home.
It's thinning out on the near side of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Gunner's under center. Chauncey Bowens in the backfield. Play fake. Gunner's still, he's not done yet. He wants to throw. Now he's going to keep it, run some time, and then just collapse to the turf at the 15-yard line. And there were a couple of defenders there. Keeley and Smith, 2 linemen. And Gunner goes down before they can hit him.
Well, and that's a play you do when the opposing team doesn't have any timeouts. You just
when you lead by three touchdowns too.
Yeah,
you don't need to make something happen at that point.
No, you don't. But also too, you don't need to take that hit. You roll out of bounds, buy a little bit more time, and then throw that thing into the 10th row on your side.
Alabama has called a timeout with 2:31 remaining. They have 1 left. We'll have the 2-minute timeout in 31 seconds. Georgia has a full allotment of its timeouts in case they need to use something there. Georgia 28, Alabama 7. The Dogs don't have 300 yards of offense. You might be surprised with 28 points, but as we pointed out, Georgia's scoring has been on short fields all afternoon. Georgia with 280 yards of offense, Alabama with 209. But look at this, Alabama minus 3 yards rushing today. Whew. Gunner going to stretch handoff Bowens straight up the hash. Bowens rips off a big run up across the 30. Oh, look at Lucky pumping his fist. Chauncey Bowens finally spun down at the 34-yard line by Red Morgan, the nickelback. He just exploded through the hole right up the hash.
I guess it's not the Red Sea, Scott. It was the Crimson Sea just parted right in the middle of that Alabama defense, and Bowens exploded through it, like you said. And that fall that he took, that hurt him.
Yeah, he's shaking up.
Get to the sideline.
He's not going to. He's going to go down on a knee between the numbers and the sideline. His trainers are out to greet him. He was kind of tugging at looked like maybe an oblique muscle or something like that, something in that area. I don't know if it was on his back or just his side, but that's what it looked like when he went down on a knee. 19-yard burst for Chauncey Bowens.
Scott, you pointed it out. We don't yet have 300 yards of offense. After that run, we're at 299. But the thing that I'm loving here on our side of the stat sheet, over 33 minutes of possession in this ball game.
Yeah, we've just kind of switched the field on Alabama. That's what they did to Georgia in Athens. They had the ball for, 11 more minutes, ran like 24 more plays. Georgia's completely flip-flopped it here in the SEC championship game.
Yeah, you know, those mismatches, they were tough. They were tough.
Clock was wound again. It's going to wind down to the 2-minute mark, and we'll have a timeout as Bowens was helped to the sideline now for Georgia. So 2 minutes remaining. We've got a break here at Mercedes-Benz. 2 minutes before Georgia takes home another SEC championship trophy. The confetti will fly in red and black here in a couple of minutes. Georgia. And they've had the ball, time of possession, just a couple of minutes more. 6 minutes and 49 seconds to 4 minutes and 49 seconds. The big picture, however, is 28-7. Georgia leads. Defense played very well, forced a couple of fourth down turnovers on downs. You know, look at this. With 2 minutes left, we're going into the victory formation. Alabama's got a timeout left. Are they going to use it? We take a knee with Gunner.
Not going to use it.
And the clock rolls. The Tide has not, but the clock is 1:50 and ticking. Dogs, second down now coming up on the next snap of the ball. 2nd and 11, lost a yard on the kneel down. Now the UGA chants begin here inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Most of the Alabama portion of the stands has cleared out. Gunner getting ready to take another snap. What the play of Malachi Tolliver today?
Man, a young
answered
kid
the bell, didn't he?
Gosh almighty, he did. So proud of him. Not just because he's from Cartersville and he's a Purple Hurricane. I love the kid. But, a young kid grew up today. He was given a shot, and he made the most of it. So proud of him.
Gunner takes another knee. Clock continues to go. Less than a minute now. 3rd and 11. Play clock at 20. We'll let as much time run off that thing as we can. And then take one more knee, and that'll be it. We're getting lined up, and this will indeed be the victory snap right here. Gunner takes the snap, takes a knee. 35 seconds to go. You won't need to snap it anymore. That's the ball game. Georgia is your SEC champions in 2025. We go back-to-back in 24 and 25 and defeat Alabama today 28-7, the final score. The Dogs' 12th win of the year. Alabama suffers what could be a very troubling 3rd loss of the season. We shall see tomorrow. Will they be in the playoffs or will they not be in the playoffs? Georgia definitely headed there. Dogs with their 16th SEC championship and a winner over Alabama 28-7. Stay tuned for our post-game coverage. That's straight ahead from Mercedes-Benz Stadium right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Locker Room Report, Presented by Regions and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Today's show is brought to you in part by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Drive sober. Don't get pulled over. Hoffman Financial Group, helping build your financial dynasty. And by Hotel Indigo, Athens' only downtown boutique hotel. Now back to the Piedmont Healthcare broadcast booth. Once again, here's Neil Hondo Williamson.
What was that question? An opportunity to win an SEC championship. Coach Smart asked, does that matter? Does anyone care about that anymore? Take a look down on that field. Take a look out in those stands. Take a look at your neighbor's backyard where he's screaming out into the night. The answer is, oh, hell yeah, it matters. Georgia defeats Alabama 28-7 to win the SEC championship. Back-to-back years for the Dogs. The first time that UGA has done so since Herschel Walker was running the football for Georgia. It's our third SEC championship in 5 years. Unbelievable. All right, DJ Shockley is down on the field. He has Zachariah Branch. Take it away, Shock.
Thanks, Hondo. I got my man Zachariah Branch down here. A bunch of big plays this season. But what has this experience been like for you coming over as a Dog and now you're in the SEC champ?
Oh, yeah, man. It's been a great experience, man. You know, I got to give all glory to God, you know, put me in the right positions. I feel like everything happens for a reason, man. I'm just so proud of this team to be able to go out here and just show resiliency every single play, every single game, and come out with the dub today, man. It's been a great journey to do with my brother as well.
Made a lot of great plays today as you and your brother talk right here. Talk about the touchdown, what you saw, obviously a screen, but you made a lot of plays today and gave a lot for your offense.
Yes, sir. I mean, shoot, Coach Bobo drawn up a perfect play for that situation. You know, OL executed it perfectly. Everybody on the offense executed it perfectly. We actually ran this play last time versus Alabama, and I dropped it. So once he called that play, I said, yeah, no, I'm going to do something with this. So it's pretty cool to get back in that end zone, especially on the play where I didn't capitalize last game.
Zion, first off, man, how's it feel to come over and be in the SEC champ now and share this with your brother?
Hey, it means the world, man. It's a blessing. Definitely something we can't take for granted, man. Nothing feel like in the world, man. I can't. We just a blessed, man. We just blessed right here. But he the one. He the one right here. He the one, man.
Zion, you guys held them to -3 yards rushing. What was the key into this defensive performance y'all put up today?
For sure. Coach Shu, man, dialed it up. Our coaches came with a great plan, and our leaders, man, we just believed in it and trusted in the process, man, and came out with a dub, man.
Branch Brothers, SEC champs. Congrats, fellas.
Appreciate it. Go Dogs.
Thank you, Hondo.
All right, thank you, Shock. We will have more from DJ down on the field. The players swarming now in their SEC champion red T-shirts. Most of them pulling them on over their pads, many of them not. And we will hear from the commissioner giving Kirby Smart, Jerry Moorhead, Josh Brooks the SEC championship trophy. Just a wonderful, wonderful day for the Bulldog Nation as UGA improves to 12-1 on the season, headed to the CFP playoff. Josh Brock, Scott Howard with me here in the booth. As I said, we'll keep going down to Scott.
Or Shock.
Got the Shock, yes. I always mix you guys up. Anyway, Scott, what a wonderful win for Georgia. Okay, somebody's talking down there. Laura Rutledge, maybe Holly Rowe. It's Laura.
Yeah, she's getting ready to talk to Kirby.
Yep.
So we'll take the audio there so we can hear what the SEC champion once again has to say.
The head coach of the Georgia Bulldogs, Kirby Smart, is up here, as well as SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey, Georgia Athletics Director Josh Brooks, President Jerry Moorhead, and we are going to get this going by announcing our MVP of the 2025 SEC Championship game, and that is quarterback Gunnar Stockton. Gunnar, get up here. Now listen, Gunnar, I know you don't like to take a ton of credit. You love to give the credit to your teammates, but when we were just about to do the interview down there, a couple of your teammates were coming by and they said, he's the one. What can you say about this group and the way they've supported you?
Oh, they're awesome. They make it fun to go practice and just be around them every day.
MVP of the SEC Championship game. How does that sound from a guy from Tiger, Georgia, all the way to this?
Sounds like a dream come true.
All right, let's get Kirby Smart over here. Congratulations to Gunner.
You better have something ready and loaded, Laura. He's not going to say much.
Could accomplish, but you knew that there was some growing up that had to happen. How would you describe the way that they have responded throughout this season?
They've responded in the face of so much adversity, so much criticism, and they just kept getting better and better. A couple of them just told me they want to go back and practice tonight. They said they want to get out there tonight and get a bloody Tuesday when we get back home. That's the kind of mentality this team has. They want to practice some more. They want to practice some more. They love contact, and we love them.
What can you say about this Georgia fan base that packed this place, the place that you're all too familiar with, the way that they have continued to show up and be a heartbeat on the outside of this team?
Yeah, they were all here last week. I want to thank the band, especially. The band has been incredible and loud and rocking. We love our band. And you know what? These fans have been through a lot of heartache and agony in these games, but not tonight, baby, not tonight.
Are you guys going to practice tonight?
I don't know. She wants to know if we're going to practice tonight. We got malpractice tonight.
Okay, they said no. All right, congratulations to Kirby Smart, Gunner Stockton, this Georgia Bulldogs team, and now it is time for SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey to present the 2025 SEC Championship Trophy.
Man, that's a big old joker. It takes two hands to hold that.
Chris, I'll send it back to you.
Okay. Well, good. Lots of confetti, as promised by Scott Howard.
Yeah.
The confetti machine is going crazy, and
it doesn't look red and black though. I thought it was school colors. It looks blue and yellow.
Yeah, it's the SEC colors.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Probably blue and white and yellow. Yes, the SEC colors, and it's like our scarves from Indianapolis.
Yes.
You know, when we won the national championship in 2021, and they're like blue and gold, and yeah, but because that's what the national championship colors were. People were going, why wouldn't they make it red and black? I said, because they didn't know we were going to win. Anyway, JV, what a win tonight. What fun, huh?
Yeah, I mean, you just heard it from Coach Smart. I mean, the mentality of this team, the way they want to play for each other, and the way they go out there and they just play a physical brand of football. And there aren't many times that you could say when you play Alabama that you just absolutely whip them. Today's game, we absolutely physically dominated that football team. Their quarterback not wanting to run into guys and falling down. Their running back not wanting to pick up blocks. Their receivers not wanting to catch the ball because they're about to get smoked by one of our guys in the secondary or one of our linebacker crew. And what about this defensive line, man? I know we're going to spend time talking about the offensive line. This defensive line, first half of the year, they can't get pass rush. This isn't the same Georgia defense that won in 21 and 22. This team can't do this. This team can't do that. All of those things tonight were silenced, and that defensive line controlled this football game.
That rush that we had on Ty Simpson, especially in the second half when we could pin our ears back up 21-0, 21-7, 28-7. But us sending those guys time and again and him being under the duress that he was, at one point I thought, this looks like a movie set where the director is saying, okay, let's run that again. Okay, because it was just snap after snap where that poor sucker was running around for his life or getting pounded down into the artificial turf. Just terrific job by the defense. Georgia Tech came into their game averaging 35 points a game. They scored 9. Texas came in averaging 29. They scored 10. I don't know what Alabama came in averaging today. I'm sure I have it in my notes here somewhere, but they walk away with only 7 points. Phenomenal job done by the Georgia. I think Alabama was averaging
33.3 points a game.
33, and Georgia's defense today coming up so big. All right, Scott, let's talk a little bit about Gunner Stockton, the moxie we know about, but today, Gunner didn't have his greatest game last week against Georgia Tech, and we were all wondering, what the heck is that, and is it the change in the center position or whatever it is? Gunner Stockton today, 20 of 26, 156 yards, 3 touchdown passes, only took 1 sack, no interceptions. Let's go back down to the field to DJ Shockley. Shock.
I got my man C.J. Allen with me, the leader of this Georgia defense. C.J., first off, man, I know a weight lifted off. Just how's it feel now to be an SEC champ, especially again?
Man, it feels great. Think about all the team runs, all, you know how I get, all the Buddy Tuesdays, man, you know, for moments like this, and, you know, it's paying off.
Take me through, you had a heated discussion with your defense after that touchdown. Why was that needed at that moment?
We had a couple penalties, you know, like it wasn't like Georgia, you know, there wasn't Georgia football. That's not how we got here, you know. We got here by being composed, being resilient, you know, our DNA traits, you know. So just want to just get the guys in and just, you know, win the Georgia way.
You guys held them to -3 yards rushing in the SEC championship game. How crazy is that?
It's crazy, man. Go back to fall camp, you know. Number one goals on the board was stop the run. And that's something we pride ourselves on, stopping the run.
CJ, congrats, man.
Appreciate you.
I know, better you.
I love that giggle right there at the end. CJ, they're just so happy. Josh, you experienced this 2 times.
Where I'm going, where I'm getting emotional is because it's funny as players, what you remember, what did you hear him talk about?
Yeah.
When we were in camp.
Yeah, the runs.
All of those team runs.
The team runs.
All of those Bloody Tuesdays. All of that stuff comes back when you win a confetti game. All of it. And what's funny is we talk about this team and how they play for one another. And CJ's one of those guys that just, you talk about a guy that laid it all on the line, came back 12 days after having a knee procedure, played last week against Tech, got himself back in game shape, and played a hell of a football game today for his defense. That's his defense.
Yeah.
So when he calls that meeting on the sideline, that's his defense, and they play in his image, and it's been so fun to watch them this year.
After surrendering the only touchdown of the night, C.J. Allen called the defense together and gave them an earful about the way they needed to play down the stretch. We have had our heart broken by this Crimson team in this building many times. Not tonight, friends. Not tonight. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll have more from Mercedes-Benz Stadium, where Georgia has just won its 16th SEC championship, second in 2 years, third in 5 years, 28-7. Say it loud, over Alabama. Bulldogs Sports Network.
Well, beyond the earth, beyond all things that gave us birth, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. If God is throwing dice and Einstein doesn't mind the chance, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. Infinity runs deep, eternity that we can keep. We'll navigate the seas of the sun. Flowers of our souls, purple, blue, and gold we find to navigate the seas of the sun. So we know who we are, even in this frozen waste. We'll navigate the seas of the sun, living in this place, staring into space we'll find.
Gators, quick throw. Mitchell makes the catch. He breaks away. 30, 25, 20. Veers inside. 10 breaks the tackle. 5 breaks another one. Touchdown!